What's going on, everybody?
Hello, hello.
Welcome,
Good.
welcome, welcome.
Buonasera, signorina. It's good to have you.
Don't
Oh,
worry,
Yankees happening.
Casey will be joining us in a little under an hour. Unfortunately, she's going to be late, but she will be joining us, hopefully. We also have a special guest tonight. I'm going to add him to the stream now. Here we go.
Oh,
You got
How's it going?
Ninjas and
What's up?
Nerds News. What's up, man? You prefer to go by, is it Atreus? Am I saying it right?
Yeah, you're saying it right. I'm trying to figure out how I can, because this is my first collaboration, guys. So I'm trying to figure out how I can do this while muting my mic and talking to you guys. I don't want it playing through the speaker, so I'm gonna probably put my headphones on. So if you can give me a second.
No problem. Get set up. We're going to do our
No
intro
problem,
anyway.
yeah.
So
and welcome.
we got Cassie who just joined us as well. Cassie is here.
Oh, look at that.
What's up?
We seem to be getting fuller every day,
Yeah,
Hypno.
yeah, I know.
Color.
Tell me about it. Tell
He
me
was a
about
little
it.
nervous, everyone. Okay, like Hypno literally was
No,
like, oh my God, it's just us three. We're going to have to toe the
not
line.
at all. Not at all. Listen, I
It's about
started
the
this show
quality, man. It's
solo.
not the
I started
quality.
solo, so I could totally rock solo. I just prefer to hang out with you guys, man.
That is true.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
You
love
gotta
to
always
hang out with you guys.
improvise, man. You never know what's going to be thrown at you. You got to improvise, adapt, and
That's
just
for sure.
overcome what
That's
you got
life.
going on.
That's
Oh
life.
my God,
Absolutely,
yes.
absolutely. But anyway, guys, listen. Welcome to Saturday Night Hypnosis number 29. We're almost up to 30 episodes, guys. Holy shit! Welcome,
Nice.
everybody.
All
I am
right.
so happy to have everybody here. I've been looking forward to this all day, all week, to be honest with you. There's so much to talk about, so much to do, so little time. But of course, we're going to roll our intros really quick and do our thing and get into the topics at hand for the night because we got a lot to talk about. So, Mr. Coach MC, we're starting with you first because you tend to do epic intros that a lot of people have trouble following up on. But go ahead, sir.
Good evening. Welcome. Have a beautiful and pleasurable and most entertaining night. Join us on our wild tour, on our roller coaster of inspiration, of entertainment, of defending good art, great comic books, great mythology, because in the end, that's where we all come from those ancient stories, from those past memories, from those incredible ecliptic nights full of power and magic and mysticism. That's what we're all hunting and craving for. So let's give it a good shot. Let's try our best. Let's speed up that chat. Let's hit the like button and let's welcome everybody to an incredible night where we all expose the dark secrets and truth out there of entertainment industry and make fun of a lot of good stuff and bad stuff too.
You ever thought about being like a what are they called when they do an intro to a movie, like the narrator? You ever thought about being a narrator? Like a narrator would be a really good job.
Thanks,
You
man.
are very good at it, I think.
You really think? Oh,
I really
that's-
no, I really do. Mr. Dragon Slayer commentaries. What's up, man? Look at you with the new profile picture, all
Right
thug life
there,
and
yeah,
shit.
that's
Look at you,
crisp
I
man.
know,
Hell
and,
yeah.
and look at
Stuff,
my
man.
rings of power too, man.
He's
I
all
got
good,
I got the
man.
real one on my right, and the fake one from Shadow of War, but I still like it because it's silver.
You're welcome. You're welcome for the idea, by the way.
I
You're
know.
welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Really.
Is that a ring strap on your thigh? Like what is that? What's
No,
that?
that is
Oh.
just like a military style pair
cool.
of pants
Oh,
that,
okay, okay.
that my
I got
editor slash artist slash thumbnail designer all in one package guy decided to add for some reason, but whatever, you
amazing.
know.
It looks a little bit
Uh,
like the Superboy thing going on there.
Yeah,
Something
I
like
guess so. Yeah,
You
I
look
don't
like
know.
you should be a part of the Squirtle Squad.
Damn, come on, Casey.
Starting off with the roasting
the
already.
Damn.
Squirtle Squad was awesome, man.
Oh man.
It was.
Well, shit. Now I'm kind of screwed. Coach went first, but all right. Well, I am a Dragon Slayer
love you.
commentaries. I make, as you would think, commentaries, balanced type that sometimes adds some funny stuff while giving you better explanations than CPR ever will about all the crazy shit that Hollywood is doing. And on top of that, I am not as crazy as CPR. Well, maybe I am, but in a good way. But if you already know me, you already know me. I just make those funny commentary videos. And I am a dragon. Well, in the YouTube
Sort of.
space.
Sort
If you
of.
think I am in real life, then Jesus Christ. Go see a psychiatrist. But there you go. That's me.
Man, you gotta believe.
Beautiful, man.
Great, man.
Beautiful.
Really
I
fun.
believe.
It's Cassie. What's up, Cassie? Talk to them. Tell them
Hey
about
guys,
yourself.
it's good to be here. Well, you can call me Cage, you can call me Cassie, whichever suits you. Basically, love to talk about entertainment. So this is like whenever I'm hanging out with you guys, it's always I don't know. I enjoy it. It's therapeutic, I guess. But it's cool to be here with everybody.
I guess
And
more like definitely.
Everybody's saying that.
it's super therapeutic. Just openly talking about our issues and things that we're excited for. It's always cool. And yeah, I love to hang out and talk about all sorts of entertainment. And man, I don't even know what to say. I'm just I'm self-proclaimed queen of the
Wing it.
tomboys. So
Wing it.
there we go. Yep, that's
There
a
we
good
go,
one. I
yeah.
always like to go
That's a
with.
good one.
So good to be
It's a
here.
good one for sure.
Good
Welcome.
stuff, Cassie. Good stuff. Good stuff. Atreus, you good to do an intro, or you need a little more time? Can you hear me? I don't know if he can hear me. He's probably doing his thing. Most likely. All right, we'll come back to Atreus. He's setting up and doing his thing because I kind of sprung it on him last minute. That's how we do it here. You know how it goes. We also got a super chat from good old KRG that says, for
Damn.
Chaos and the Hypno Army, $10 super chat. Thank
Hey.
you, KRG.
Wow,
For
man.
some reason, I can't highlight it. I don't know why. StreamYard is being stupid. I apologize. But shout out. Oh, there we go. Now I can do it. There we go. For Chaos and the Hypno Army. Thank you, KRG, for the $10 super chat. I appreciate that. And Michelle, I saw that you did a gifted sub, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's gifted membership. Michelle, thank you so much. I believe that new person in the chat wanted. What was his name? I'm trying to find it. It's so hard. Red Guardian. There we go. Red Guardian won the membership. Congratulations, Red Guardian. When it comes to memberships, it's hard. Like gifted memberships don't show up on StreamYard, so I'm sorry if I miss it. If you do one and I'm like in the middle of talking or whatever, just let me know in the chat, you guys. That way I can address it and make sure everybody gets their recognition. So, all right. With that being said, there's a lot to talk about, man. There is a lot to talk about, and we're gonna start off with the title. We're gonna start off with the title. We're gonna go right into all the drama with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, great.
We're gonna go into the drama with Seth Rogen, Dude Bro, Weed Bro, Seth Rogen. We're gonna go into all this stuff. We're gonna talk about the drama. Actually, there was another thing I wanted to talk about. I wanted to touch on. The drama with Angry Joe and Rippa. I don't know if you guys saw that stuff going on.
Yeah,
That's
I
pretty
heard
big.
about
I
it.
have a lot to say about Cuck Angry Joe, but we're gonna get into that later.
I mean, more than we already know.
Dude, I cannot stand that guy.
I only like his reviews, like on games. That's the only thing that has been for many years unbiased. But at a certain point, like it just,
I agree with you, bro. I agree with you because I used to watch him too a lot.
I know. I loved it, especially like his older reviews. Like it just felt so great, like how passionate he was. And then his later reviews, like you can still see that in the official review videos. But other stuff like movie reviews or other stuff is like, what the hell happened?
Right.
And why going after Rippa of all people? Like, everyone just wants to go after the man.
Well, because he thought that he was not going to get pushback. He's used to not getting pushback and being able to say whatever. And Rippa's not that guy.
Oh, you're right.
And he realized that very quickly. He tried to back up, which was great. But like I said, we'll talk about all this stuff. It's a lot to cover today. But let's jump right into the Seth Rogen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff. So, you guys are obviously familiar. You've seen what's been going down, I assume, right? You're familiar with all the. We touched on April last live stream, right?
We did. The fact they made her fat and black. That was the big deal.
that was the title. Yeah.
Like it wasn't that she was made black. It's that they made her fat. Like they just wanted to add insult to injury for some reason.
Right. But now apparently they're gender swapping some other characters in there too. I did a video on that. Did you guys see that? No, they're like not even. I don't know. So I'm not really hip on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles lore. So I don't know if they're like super major characters. I think they're just kind of side characters. But ultimately, they still managed to kind of fit that into the new movie that they're coming out with. Like, how bad do you think? Okay, so I have a conspiracy theory. I really think that Seth Rogen took it personal that Velma dethroned him for the worst TV show like imaginable. I really think he took that shit personal because I don't know why you would want to come out with. You just did Santa Inc. and everybody roasted you for it, and now you're trying to come out with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that obviously you're not doing the right thing. And again, what I said in my video, and you guys can chime in if you think I'm right or wrong, and if I'm wrong, please tell me. But I think that Seth Rogen well, I don't think he actually did come out and say that the movies that he makes and the TV shows that he makes, whatever he's involved in, he makes it for himself. Like he makes stuff that he's gonna like watching. And I think that's a big problem as a creative, because if you're making something that you like, you're not, that means you don't fundamentally understand your potential audience, especially if it's an already adapted like IP, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If you're making something that's new, then that's different. Nobody, it's never been done before. Nobody, this story is new. Nobody's experienced it. Nobody has preconceived notions about it. But when you're doing something like TMNT, that's when it becomes a problem. But you can let me know. What do you think about that?
But you want to start, Coach, or
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
okay? I'll be quick on that.
No
All
such
I'm
thing as
gonna
you being quick,
say,
don't lie.
no. Like I'll be stupidly quick. Like look at this. Basically, the way I think about all of this, when I hear somebody say they're trying to make a product that they would want to make or that they would like to watch, I already know they're in the wrong mindset, because the mindset should be make something that you as an individual, but also as that potential audience member, will want to watch. If you have that mindset, then yes, it can become something successful. And it's even more important when you're doing it for a audience that's already established, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan base. And all I'm seeing right now from Seth Rogen is the fact that this movie is getting the Rings of Power treatment, where they're saying they're making it for the fans, that they're dedicated, and then when it comes out, it's like the complete opposite, as you can tell by Coach's ever slowly morphing face of disgust at what I mentioned. But it's the truth. Yeah, but as I said, it's basically that. But go ahead, Coach. That's my piece.
No, absolutely. I mean, it's really sad. I mean, all these people are trying to do over and over again is whether to kill the IP or change the IP, or put like this diverse story on top of the IP, and on the back of that kind of try to introduce its own agenda. Which of course, if your agenda ultimately is to generally entertain people, I don't have anything against your agenda. Just go ahead. If you think that it's necessary to the story to change whatever race or gender or whatever, and really kind of just to feed your story, if you still manage to entertain people without upsetting too much of what is actually going on, then it's all fine. But in the end, why don't you respect the lore for what it's given and try to explore the boundaries of the character even more? If in the end, whether you're just killing the IP in cold blood, or you're just creating a nonsensical story that is not entertaining anyways, right? And all these people, they have the assumption that, oh, I'm creating art, right? My art needs to be disturbing, or my art needs to be upsetting, or my art needs to kind of flip the status quo, and therefore it must not be likable, right? There's this consensus now going on since it's bombing at the box office. Now they invented this post narrative. Oh, you know what? I don't care if it flops. That shows that my art is valid, that I'm creating like real art. Otherwise, people would understand it. I don't want people to understand my art, right? I'm unique. It's a lot of mixtures of egos and agenda driven narratives going on in this game, like Turtles right now.
I agree. Listen, Atreus, you set up to do an intro for yourself, man?
Absolutely. I had to pull out some old terrible headphones in order to make this work.
All right, man. Take it away. Tell them about yourself, man.
All right, guys. My name is you can call me Atreus, you can say Atreus, either one is fine. There's nothing really special about me. I'm really a writer. I went to school for digital filmmaking. But I've actually written a few screenplays, but what got me into this space was watching our culture kind of deteriorate over the last few years. And the thing that I've written, it made me think, what if I was to, sell my script off or get it worked on, and somebody was to try to change something based on their identity or whatever the case may be, which is how I discovered this space of YouTube. And so really, I'm just a professional shit talker, culture warrior over on my channel. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing special about what we got going on. I just try to make it unique by entertaining people. But other than that, we just here to do a whole lot of nerd shit,
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
I like that.
Well said.
I like
Absolutely.
that. So to kind of piggyback off of like what Coach was saying, this it's weird, man, because why the characters that they change, a lot of them I do get, but a lot of them I don't get. Like, what is the purpose of gender swapping characters like Leatherhead and Wingnut? Like, what is the purpose of that? There is like, why would a female want to be represented by a fucking like alligator creature and a bat creature? Like, I just
There
don't.
is no point, really. The thing is, it's that they don't care. It goes to show that people behind this project don't value the Ninja Turtles at all in any way, shape, or form. For anybody to think otherwise, I think, at this point, it's fairly like you just want to be against the people that are into it, into Ninja Turtles genuinely. Like, a lot of my longtime friends have been super into Ninja Turtles, and these are dudes that are like in their 30s. And I'm also into Ninja Turtles too. I was introduced by the early 2000s cartoon, and I've since watched the 90s movie, which is a really freaking awesome movie. It's like it's one of those super revisitable films that's like I guess like the 95 Mortal Kombat film. And for me to watch do this to the Ninja Turtles, I mean, it's disappointing. There's rumors that Donnie's gonna be transgender, and by the sound of his voice, he definitely doesn't sound like a teenager. So, I mean, who's to assume otherwise? And given they just are willing to gender swap characters, make April O'Neil fat and like that's so disappointing to me. It's like, if you're gonna race swap April O'Neil, why can't she be pretty? Why can't she look like Vanity or like Donna Summer? Like, why does she have to look like?
Because
like
it's the
a fat
victimhood
slob?
agenda. Everything nowadays
They don't like
needs to
pretty
be
women
based
either.
on a victimhood.
Damn, you
Everything
pulled
that-
out Vanity. That's a name that shit. Respect.
I mean, I
Yeah.
just watched The Last Dragon, and like
I know you
basically
did. That's why.
everybody's been on my mind.
That's why you pulled that name. Unlike somebody,
Why are you watching that
Dragon
stuff?
Slayer.
Whoa, hey, I watched it. Okay, I
don't
do
hear you pulling
remember.
out names like Vanity.
Oh wow, I am sorry. I didn't pull out the hot woman
Yeah.
of the
Give
film.
her the
Oh,
room
for
right
God's
there.
sakes, help
Give her the
me.
room, man.
I am going to get struck by a
Come on, man.
thunderbolt.
It's
Come on.
certain
Oh
points
my
It's
on
my
this
God.
job. It's my job to roast you.
Of
And you
course
roast
it
me.
is,
It's
you
you know how it goes.
macho.
We go back and forth. But I agree with you, Cassie. Keep going.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, and just this doesn't appeal to fans. They have no interest in appealing to fans. It's just a bunch of self-centered pricks that have hijacked yet another franchise. And the sad thing is that the only positive here is that hopefully it'll bomb. I think that's the only way that these people are going to learn. They still haven't learned yet. They've watched garbage project after garbage project disrespect its fan base, disrespect the lore, disrespect the creators, and fail. And they still continue to attempt this. So, I mean, continue to fail. We've already seen TMNT on Nickelodeon get canceled. And that was, from what I've seen, visually abysmal looking. So I'm not surprised that happened. And it goes to show that Ninja Turtles fans, if you don't give them what they want, they seem to say, F this, we're out. And so, good luck to y'all. But it don't look good for this. And a lot of us fans are definitely like we're left feeling disgusted by all
Guys,
that.
I think like on a brighter scope, it's exactly what in the 60s is happening. We talked about this a couple of times already. I think like Hollywood is hitting that threshold. Like back in the 60s when Hollywood really had to kind of reinvent itself and go away and step away from these old way of making movies that was just expansive and it was just a cult of the over personalized fandom of one single star like Elizabeth Taylor or Richard Burton or Rock Hudson. And these people were going nuts with crazy stories that were not interesting anymore. And so people like Scorsese came to kind of save the day. And this is pretty much what we're seeing right now. We're hitting a wall where nothing makes sense anymore, where the productions are out of their minds, where the agenda is served and not the entertainment. And so this is, I think it's going to end. And we see already like happening it because, they can produce so much content, but at a certain point they need to make numbers. They need to meet, the financial aspect, and these products are not going well. So,
But what's the interesting, Coach? You actually hit something right now, and that is, you mentioned that this thing had some saviors, like the older industry, in people like Scorsese, for example, and George Lucas. The problem is, for this current wall that we're in, we probably already have potential saviors, if you like to call it, of directors and actors or whatnot, that want to move pass this wall into another new era. But the problem is they're being held back this time. The system that has been set in place for so long is preventing them from moving forward and bringing that to life and moving on to the next stage. That's what I think.
I agree with that.
The
This
entertainment
this
industry.
April. This is from the last time they race swapped it, right?
Yes.
Just to confirm. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, see, like I don't see anything super wrong with this other than the laziness of actually race swapping. At least they made her like somewhat, you know,
She looks like
what's the word I'm
black.
looking for?
It's sad to say she looks like Black Velma, but like like good
Representable.
Velma.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Back. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Oh, good coach. Oh, good coach.
yeah. I've been trying to figure out for a while, what could be the purpose of all this, constantly changing out these genders and whatnot. I know a lot of people think there's like some conspiracy, they're trying to brainwash you and stuff like that, but there's not like one group of people. There's an internal struggle. And the thing is, I think it's because when they try to make their own original content, these small groups of people, it just doesn't sell. And so because it doesn't sell, they figure, well, instead of making our own stuff, let's take your stuff and insert ourselves into it. And perhaps maybe we'll make the landscape more acceptable for us. It's almost like instead of terraforming the planet, kind of terraforming the culture to make it more habitable for what they want you to see.
For
It's
sure.
honestly getting.
For
It's,
sure.
it's
not-
definitely the long
They're
game. being
terraforming
played.
like
It's-
Zod in Man of Steel. That's the
No.
that's the wrong type of terraforming.
And to
That's
be honest
exactly
with you,
what they're doing.
they've been playing the long game well before any of us started this space. You know what I mean? Like this game has been played for quite a long time, and it's only now that it's come to like the precipice. It's like
Which
it's
I have
really
a question for you about.
yeah. Go ahead, shoot. Go ahead.
Because my theory on this is, I mean, obviously there's a lot of liberal people in Hollywood or whatever the case may be. I think a lot of this has to do with the fact that people with more conservative nature are kind of like, I don't want to say passive, or they just feel like anything that's outside of the realm of what they believe in is weird. So like, the way through the children and the youth is through entertainment, the arts, really, video games, movies, TV shows, books, whatever the case may be. And I just feel like a lot of conservative people, like they still think gamers are weird. They think that everybody still thinks gamers just live in their basement or whatever. But what you don't realize is your kids. I'll give you a prime example of what I'm talking about. One of my favorite conservatives to listen to is Matt Walsh. But one of his
He's
viewers
real hardcore with the anime stuff, right? Like he hate. Like,
he said he thought that all anime was demonic, and I was like, well, do you believe that your children are going to grow up and never watch a single anime in their life?
They probably won't because he won't let them. Truthfully, I'm just being honest. Truthfully
they're
speaking,
not going to be in his control for forever. So
That's
I mean,
true.
you go to college and they have a friend that watches Dragon Ball. I think if we're going to talk about demonic, I think Dragon Ball is the least demonic of if we're rolling with that narrative.
Right.
You think, damn, my father kept me from this all these years? Like, what's going on? And so,
especially if he sees all his friends talking about it, and he's going to be like, "What am I missing out on?" You know?
Exactly. And so, does that create? I don't want to say resentment, but it's like, well, maybe you wasn't right about everything, and then it kind of pushes them in that direction, even though it may not be right. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree 100%. I agree with that, and with the like you said, a lot of conservative people, they do tend to lean towards the whatever they don't know is weird, but they don't realize that what they think it's because they think it's not important, right? So they think that trying to control the nerd culture, trying to control the space is not important, but they don't realize that it was obviously important enough for the other side to try to take control of it. So why would you not want to focus on that? If they are trying to take over media, movies, damn near everything, why would you not try to focus fire on that? It's obviously very important.
The thing though is that they did, like, right-leaning individuals did try to take over the nerd culture, but in the wrong way, in the way to censor it. And that's why a lot of people our age naturally reject the right wing, because they tried to censor and destroy these entertainments, these escapes, and these fun times that we want to have. They expect that somehow young people aren't going to do what young people have always done. And to be fair, right-leaning people had their, some of them may be older, but they've had their moments of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Let's not
Debauchery.
pretend
Of
that
course,
they're
of course.
let's not pretend
But
that
sometimes
they're
it's not even an agenda they're that's driving them. Sometimes it's just simply their ignorance. They're afraid of nerd culture because
Yep.
the potential is so much entropy and so much chaos and so much beautiful madness, and they want everything structured and boxes and panels. They want to label it, they want to dress it, and if they don't know what they're dealing with, of course they're afraid. Sometimes it's just they're not knowing what we are actually really doing, and that already scares them so much that they're potentially want to censor us.
And because of that imbalance, now you got a Hollywood where you can sneeze conservative values and you're out of there.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
that's
right.
So
I wouldn't make it even that political all the times, because I think like most of these people, if you would rather go and really explain them and kind of indulge them, some of these folks would actually understand what we are all about and would go for it, because in the end, not all of them are necessarily evil. Yes, they are millionaires, most of them who run politics, but some of them are actually quite okay. But again, it's like they've been taught for years, indoctrinated, in their elite facilities to think in a way, to operate in a way, and to have a tendency to judge whether or not something is useful or a threat to their endeavors and to their enterprise. So of course, when we're coming along, we're loud, we're dirty, we're crazy and creative. We have the complete opposite, and we're taking over the market. That's making them crazy. What we're doing here has more relevance nowadays than what Hollywood is doing in a way.
Oh, come on, Hypno, really?
no. He's probably
Oh, it's
not
true.
lying.
It's
I mean,
true.
it's true.
Yes.
My
Oh,
church
in a
used to
way.
say Pokemon was demonic. I was like, "Are you out of your rabbit ass mind?"
Rabbit
And you know
ass
what's funny?
man.
You know what's funny about that? When Pokemon Go came out, every church on the corner had signs up that said, "We have the gyms here with the Pokemon Go stuff, trying to get kids to come to church." So it's just so crazy to me that they think everything's demonic.
No, yeah, I remember vividly, like very easily. Uh, Grandma was walking in my room. If you guys remember the original Resident Evil poster from Resident Evil 1 that had like the zombie all disgusting looking, and,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was like it took up the majority of the poster, and then you had God, why am I forgetting names? Holy shit! But they were back to back with each other, and they were like pointing out their pistols. Anyway, I had that poster, but you saw primarily the zombie. And she
Mhm.
walked into the room and she, in Spanish, basically said, "What the fuck is that?" And she's like,
Oh
that
my
is
Yeah,
devil
my
worshiping. She said,
yes.
take it down. And I said, I'm not taking what? I'm not taking it down. And she
Devil
said, take it down.
worshiping.
And then she went downstairs, told my mother that I was like that devil worshiping stuff on my wall. I'm like, I was like,
Yeah, the
mommy,
old folks,
mommy
man.
Oh,
knows
man.
My
she
grandma
knows it's on
probably
the
would have
wall,
said
bro.
something
Like,
similar.
I
Dude.
would love to know what they said the first time they seen you play Grand Theft Auto.
nah,
Oh,
by that point,
man.
my parents stopped parenting me. I was parenting myself.
Yeah,
Listen,
look.
My parents bought it for me and walked in on me beating the snot out of a stripper one day.
No.
And it was
No.
Why am
they
I not
took the game
surprised?
for about a week before they decided, okay, it's just a video game.
Oh
And
no.
Oh my god. No, dude. Look, all I'm saying is like for me that wasn't the case. I just like played whatever I wanted. It's just like I guess I just slowly progressed to like the rated M games like very quick, and I don't know. Mine was mostly strategy games and stuff like that. I don't even remember what my first rated M game was. It's
No.
how long it's been.
Well,
To my
it-
mom,
it-
even a computer was demonic. She
What?
yeah, man. I couldn't get a
but
computer,
see,
man.
that
Oh
goes
my
to
God.
show that, coach, that's actually a great example of what you were saying, how people, when they don't know certain things, they're afraid of it. Their
They're
first
scared.
idea is to kind of like push it away and say, all right, this is either, I think saying something demonic is crazy, but if that's their way of pushing it away and not
Mhm.
wanting to either understand it or even talk
Mhm.
about it for that matter. And I thought my grandma was crazy, but she thought
My
I was
grandma,
crazy.
my
So it
mother,
goes to show the difference
absolutely.
in ideologies at the
And
from me being younger
perception.
and her being
Yes, you're
And the-
perceiving
and-
it.
Yeah.
and more liberal people are the complete opposite. Anything new, they're ready to dive head first into it, no matter what the consequences are.
absolutely. They want to be like,
Because
hey, I
that's
want to get in this space, and then they want to be like, well, you're not making this space the way I want it. So get out. I own this space now. And that's just what they're doing with everything.
At this
Yeah.
point, we are literally Malcolm in the fucking middle. Like the far right is too restrictive. Gotta do it this way or fuck you. And then the far left is like,
Too loose.
oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
we're gonna throw everything in there. You know what?
Oh yeah.
Dudes, cross-dressing
Because-
dudes with dicks, they're women now.
Yeah.
Women, please, let them inside your locker rooms. Yeah, that's
Oh,
completely
yeah.
fine. If you don't agree with it, fuck you.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
and let them also into athletics, into sports.
Oh,
where
yeah,
there's
into
no
athletics.
competition.
Oh yeah. Let me
Really
call out the
yeah.
super chat real quick, guys. Swing Out
Yeah, yeah.
Museum for $5 says howdy hip mods in chat. What's up,
Get-
Swing Out Museum? And we
He gets
also
a
got
drawing.
gets a drawing.
Yeah,
Hold
gets a
on. Hold on.
Dang.
Oh yeah, I
Good
forgot to
stuff.
mention.
Super
Atreus,
sophisticated.
Coach makes drawings like these every once in a while while we're talking. He
Yeah,
just
it only takes him about 5 minutes, and then he just
yeah. He just
Wait, he
makes
did that just
masterpieces.
now?
Yeah, I'm doing
Well,
it now.
that's
Yeah, he's doing it now.
He's been working
No
on that
way.
one for a
Yes, sir.
couple like a little bit every stream, but like
he
the
cheats at
design, he
life,
just
but
Yeah,
does
yeah,
it in
yeah.
minutes.
I just it's a follow
Like the base design.
process. Yeah.
He was born with some interesting skills. It says KRG for $5. Thank you, KRG. Says actually talking about Kiss. Did you know that the original members were all Jewish and are the only Jewish rock band? No, I actually did not
Okay.
know that.
Oh, I
That's
had
interesting,
no
for sure.
idea.
I
That is
Did not. I had
Interesting.
no idea about that. And
I
I'm,
had no
I'm
idea.
Wow,
very
thanks.
big into the rock scene, so goes to show how much I know. Star Peanut 1 for $10 says they need to learn that the more they push the wokeness and censorship in games, anime, comics, manga, movies, etc., the more people are gonna push back, get woke, go broke. Yeah.
Well, the
I
problem
agree.
is that entertainment industry is consolidating. That's why I'm scared for gaming, because now we're entering that process of massive amounts of consolidation
Oh
in
yeah.
regards to Activision and Microsoft possibly merging. But like when you have all these companies, these dozens of companies suddenly consolidate into 4, then if you don't put the same sentiments out as everyone else, then yeah, if you get blacklisted, you're fucked. Like it's really bad. So who knows who believes in what? But all I know is they're honestly, when I look at these individuals that are constantly bastardizing intellectual properties, it's typically a lot of these self-hating loser ass soy boy white motherfuckers that do it. And I'm sorry.
Say it again, Cassie. What was that?
Say it
Cassie, what was that?
again.
Say it again.
Say it again.
I didn't hear that. Say it
Well, I'm
again.
not preach,
soy
Casey,
boy
it's all
hating
good.
white motherfuckers.
No, no,
No,
I
I'm
wanna
half
hear
white,
Cassie
man.
say it.
I
I
actually-
hate to see them fall this
funny,
far,
though.
bro.
I say it all the time. The video
Yeah.
game industry, especially, is run by a bunch of beta males. It's part of the reason why there's so much how do you say just bad behavior in the spaces at Activision. You got the quote unquote bro culture. You got the Frost situation that should have never even happened, but because you got beta males up there who think they know something, they allowed for her to do that, and in turn ruined it for everybody. If
And
there
then-
were
yeah,
more,
then-
if there were
If you
more
want to see
masculine
beta
men
males,
to
just
say,
go look at Twitch mods.
I mean,
Serious.
wow, yeah,
I'm not even joking.
couldn't have
Like
said it better.
Twitch, like the men who work at Twitch are notorious for offering female streamers XYZ whatever in exchange for
Mhm.
stuff.
And that's the
And,
thing.
yeah,
They
that-
pretend to be on the feminist side, and they do things that are reprehensible that not even the people on the opposite side would do. Like
Yep.
you're bribing, what do they call them? Some people call them e-thoughts. I don't know. You're bribing them to give them benefits for.
e-girls.
Oh,
You know
okay,
what's funny?
e-girls.
It's for the longest time these people claim that they respect women, like these so-called allies as they call themselves.
Fucking
Yet
bullshit, bro.
it's fucking it's bullshit. You
Absolutely
know why?
fake.
Because they absolutely don't respect them at all. They just see them as
Absolutely.
tools for
Tools,
advancement
that's the way
and
they portray them.
sexual favors.
Just look at the movies. Look at the,
I know.
at the portraits. It's
Yeah. No, and you know what's crazy, Coach? My original definition of like what they say is respecting women, as I was taught anyways by my mom and dad, who are like from 2 different older generations, was just treating someone else like you would want to be treated. And for women, just be yourself. That's it. And for other people, be yourself. Super simple. Nothing complicated. Yet they want to just throw this out of proportion. And how they
Yes.
missed the wheel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you gotta, man. Okay, so like it's kind of like when I did videos on the writers over at CBR, right? A lot of them are like male feminists, and it's very obvious in the way they act, the way they talk, and they are the kind of guys who they'll go to a woman and they'll say that they're on their side. They'll do all these things to try to convince them that they're all for the cause, right? And they'll
Mhm.
say, no, I don't have no ulterior motives. Bullshit. You have ulterior motives, guaranteed. 99% of the time, these fucking guys who try to pretend like to be male feminists 99% of the time, they're just doing it because they think it's going to get them the long game to a woman's pants 100%. And
Exactly.
especially in the gaming scene, they think that if they just give them a little bit of benefits here and there, and hopefully they can get a benefit themselves, kind of a thing. It's
Mhm.
just it's really
Mhm.
crazy
It's
shit.
sad but true.
Black
I've seen it a
Hokage.
lot.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
100%. Let me call out this member
Oh,
real
God.
quick. We got War Machine 300. Love the name, by the way. Became a YouTube
Mhm.
member. Thank you so much, War Machine. I appreciate that. And we got Jay Wilkin with 140 Zara super chat. Says just a quick hello and goodbye. Drive by for the Chaos Gang. I appreciate that, Jay. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you
You are
Apparently,
so
we're the
much.
awesome.
Chaos Gang, and you are the leader of the bigots. So we will call ourselves the Bigot Chaos Army from now on. Okay,
Yeah.
I
everyone?
like that.
Yeah,
The
I have a
biggest
few.
chaos
I have
army
a few
sounds
members
awesome.
who are just all about like making chaos in the chat and like gifting memberships and just
Or
doing that stuff. So,
they're followers of Corn. Either or, it's good for us.
yeah, either or, I'm down. I'm down 100%.
You know
But
what's
go ahead,
super
Cassie.
interesting about TMNT specifically? So personally, I believe that for the most part, in virtually all situations, that the characters should be depicted as were created by the creator. I thoroughly believe that. But it's
Mhm.
interesting that you're having, race swapped April in this, gender swapped Leatherface. I mean, Leatherhead as well as the other
Leatherface.
character. Yeah,
I
so
like Leatherface better.
I do like I
sounds
do like
good.
Leatherface. I was thinking of
Just
Texas
a
Chainsaw
race
Massacre,
swap Leatherface.
but that would be
Can you
that would
imagine
be interesting
instead
for,
of
for
like a
Texas.
white man Leatherface, it's a black man Leatherface?
But
killing
Leatherface
all the
sounds
white people?
even
That'd be
funnier
fucked
when you
up.
imagine that they gender swapped.
Oh,
Leatherface.
Yeah,
So, like,
exactly. A
imagine
female
a chick
Leatherface.
Leatherface. That'll be
No,
perfect.
a
I think
black
that'll be
chick
great.
Leatherface
We
killing
need to
only white people, like the black
Only
people
white
she leaves
people.
them
Yes.
alone.
only
I am
white people.
sorry, like we're just giving.
You are
like,
giving
the most-
them real ideas right now. I hope you know.
Right.
bro. I want
I
to see
hope
it
you
just so
know
I
that.
can shit on it. I don't care.
Pretty much.
I
at
say
this
it all
point.
Because I
the
don't know.
time.
I don't know if y'all seen the Candyman remake, but the director Nia DaCosta pretty much did that. She obviously Candyman is
No.
black, but he virtually killed no black people in the movie. She made it a point that she didn't
Oh
like the
my
fact that he killed black people, and I'm like, what?
Okay.
He's a murderer in the hood. He's supposed to kill black people. Like, what are we doing?
But you know what's
Yeah,
crazy
truth there.
specifically
Sense.
about
What's up, Cassie?
what's crazy specifically about TMNT is that they did all of this for the sake of diversity, just for Seth Rogen to be the voice actor for Bebop, who
That
is a black
had me
man.
dead.
Mhm.
That had me so fucking
Mhm.
dead. I was
Just
laughing at that.
why don't you just do it the way it's supposed to be instead of this bullshit? Because you just look like a fucking hypocrite. You look like an asshole. Like nobody is here believing that you actually
They're
are
making
fighting for the
purpose. They
cause
think
or
they
anything.
they are relevant by doing this, by changing the narrative, right? By inserting their new spin on it. They think they've done
Fancy
something.
Pikachu, you damn bastard. Now we can't give him that idea. No.
Said
Yes, we
Latinx.
can.
Yes,
Yes,
we
we
said
can.
Latinx.
He said Latinx.
Anything
Yes, we
for
fucking
Latinx.
can. Go ahead,
Hate
Coach.
that
What were you
shit.
saying? Go ahead.
I think like maybe there is like a force behind this, but sometimes you need just to let these egos loose, and you see them. They do amazing things for you because if you really let them believe that they're important and relevant and what they do like serves like a greater purpose, they go wild with their ego. Especially people like him, and so yeah, they have fun like upsetting the masses and changing the status quo. By doing so, they think they do something relevant.
It's amazing that they think that this is like them doing something good for the good of the world. What does this do for anybody?
Because
Like
they
your
think
activism is the most
because
worthless shit ever
absolutely.
in the
And-
history of all
and it's
activism.
inserting politics into everything. It makes everything an agenda of politics. And politics, by the word of itself, but its etymology means a pole, right? To bring people to a pole, to create a controversy. And so, right? It's not about serving good entertainment anymore. It's about getting people to fight against each other because of your entertainment.
Well, division
is-
sells.
it's
That's
division
without a
sells,
doubt.
for
Without a
sure.
doubt.
But also, women buy, and that's why they like in our community, our women spend 80 cents of every dollar. So putting a black woman there, they assume is going to get more younger girls to stores. But just like Reva in Star Wars, nobody fucking buys that.
Yeah,
They
she
don't
couldn't
care.
even fund her own lightsaber. That's crazy. shit.
Man.
And that's I keep trying to get people to understand is like the women in our
Reva
community
was
just don't
hilarious,
fucking care
man.
about
I
stuff
laughed
like
so
this.
hard at this character. I had a good time watching
Oh.
Reva. It's like, what is this?
And one point about the April O'Neil race swap, if you're gonna race swap her and not, I'm like, you're gonna put a black woman there. Of all the shapes of black women that you can put in there, you chose this egg-shaped
Rotund.
Mhm.
Rotund.
ridiculousness with dreads. You could have put the most Coke bottle-shaped woman up there and said, "Listen, grown woman, this is April O'Neil now," and I might have just whispered my criticism. But you had to go and put, I don't know, what is this, Mr. Popo? Like, is
Oh
that what
shit!
Mr.
Oh
Popo
my
is?
god!
Mr.
Mr.
No.
Popo
Like,
with dreads? No,
What's going on?
no,
Dude,
come on!
they
You can't
don't
do my
like
boy
that.
Mr. Popo like that, man. I love Mr. Popo.
That's
I'm
bad,
so
man.
mad they made him blue one
Oh.
time. That shit had me mad.
Oh, dude,
I can
dude, they don't
understand.
like Hollywood. Just they say they like black women, but they like ugly ass black women, like good looking black women. Fuck that shit. That ain't in our diversity playbook.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
It's just
God.
it's unbelievable. Hold on, let me call out the super chat real quick. KRG says chaos for $5. Thank you so much, KRG,
Yes.
for causing more and more craziness as time goes on. And we also got Double Brewski for $5. What's up, Double Brewski? Says April O'Neil now looks like a cross between Seth Rogen and Mindy. Wow, Mindy Kaling.
Why?
I'm guessing Shredder will be trans and black. Holy shit!
No.
Wow.
Yes, just turn everyone black, even the turtles. Fuck it.
I'm surprised they didn't turn the turtles black. Honestly, I really am. I really am, because at this point, like, you want to make the excuse, oh, it's a fictional character, you could do anything, but you choose to race swap the human, but you could go nuts
Yeah.
with a turtle. Like, nobody's gonna argue if you made the turtles black. Who cares? It might even
Exactly.
look cool, to be honest with you.
Right.
Yeah,
But-
like they're
but-
Could
turtles.
be. I think there's a comic even where
I
they
think
are
so.
black.
Yeah,
I
there,
think
I
so.
think
I
there is
remember
one.
one.
Yeah.
You
It
know,
was cool.
you brought
Hold on,
up
let me
a good
finish.
point.
Let me finish calling
Look,
out the super chats. Hold on, sorry. Theory $1.99 says, Coach Sen, please make videos about art. There you go, Coach.
you didn't
Thanks
say
a
with
lot.
intensity.
I got a
Hypno.
couple of
What
art
the
videos
hell?
on my channel though.
Want to say it, guys? Say it. Say it.
Coach Son, please make vids about art.
That's-
How will?
That's
yes,
intensity.
Yes,
Oh my god, never
yes,
do that
yes.
again. Never.
Yes.
Will of the fans for 125 Filipino pesos. I'm assuming that's what that is. Leatherface played by Queen Latifah. Okay, I'm down for that. Sorry,
Okay.
boys and girl. Was hoping to join you, but I gotta go buy supplies. Back next week and setting up Discord. There you go. Will of the fans is still alive, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Yes.
He's
that's
still
good.
alive. He's not
That's
dead.
good. He's
And,
there.
He's just turned into the Filipino version of Bob the Builder. Okay,
He's
he's
on a
having a
mission.
good time.
He's on a mission.
Exactly.
Let me show this. Again, this is the most disrespectful shit I think they ever did to a black character. I will never forgive them for this shit. When they made Mr. Popo blue,
Look how they're
bro.
exploiting them. They
Bro.
they pretend that they like black people and they want to have them represented. Look what they do. I mean,
This shit is really disrespectful.
Explode.
Honestly, it really is,
Yes.
because I really liked Mr. Popo, especially in the manga. In the manga, when he kicks Goku's ass in the beginning in the original Dragon Ball, like, I really liked Mr. Popo, but
Mr.
You-
Popo is a very respectable character, and to do
Oh.
this to him is just it just shows cowardice. People are too fucking cowardly. The character stands based on his own merits. He's a genuinely good character, especially if you're into the OG Dragon Ball.
This
really
reminds
is.
me.
I
I
totally
don't
forgot
want to
about
change the
this.
subject or anything like that, but Mr.
No, go
Popo
ahead.
reminds me of. I don't know if you guys seen the trailer for that movie, The Blackening. You know, we always talk about woke stuff, but it's a comedy, and I think it's pretty hilarious. Me, if something's woke but it's good, I'll give it a shot, and so I'll be interested. Like, you don't have to look at it now, but like later on, there's it's called The Blackening. It's fucking hilarious. And there's a lot of that stuff going on in it. Like, I think you'll get a good laugh out of it.
see, that's the
Hey.
thing. When I say about like wokeness and shit, I say if you're gonna go woke, at least go crazy, right? Like make it make it
They make
so
fun of themselves.
unbelievable. Yeah, like
Mhm.
make it fucking crazy. And that's why Velma pissed me off so much, because Velma it was it was trashy, it was woke, but they didn't go crazy with it. Like they didn't do what they were supposed to do towards the end, and I felt like they just took the easy way out, and it was very
Yeah.
disappointing.
There's
Very
It's
a
always the
joke in
path
the
of least
trailer
resistance. Yeah.
where they asked the cast to sacrifice somebody who's the blackest, and they were trying to
Oh
pick
shit.
who might be the blackest, and there was a guy that was trying to prove that he wasn't black enough to be sacrificed. And
Oh no.
he says, yeah, I voted for Trump. They was like, what? And he said twice, and he was like, oh hell no.
Oh my
Now
god.
that's the thing. If you are black and you vote for Trump, it's truthful that you probably you're probably not on their good side. So it was just interesting. I was like, yeah, it's pretty woke, but it seems funny. So I'll see about that. I'll cover it when it comes up.
Yeah, if you're self-aware and you make it fun of
Mhm.
yourself, that's fine. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like it's that's not a big deal. Because nobody likes it when everybody takes something super serious anyway, especially
Exactly. They're
in
not
a
preaching.
comedy. You know what I mean? In a comedy, you need to be able to take,
You need
make
your
fun of yourself.
ironic distance. If you take things too seriously, it's not comedy anymore. And nothing is wrong about explaining to the world what you think, what you feel, what you think is relevant, and how you view the world. But it's not about indoctrination. And if you do it in a funny way, everybody's going to respect you, because everybody now understands that it's not about indoctrinating, just presenting it and just living it. Because we all have to face with our inconsistencies, our problems, our shortcomings. So get over whatever you are, and just explain yourself to the world. That's it. That's entertainment. And don't come over here and start to preach and change things because now you feel all of a sudden entitled and relevant. That's
Right.
bullshit.
Right. Did you guys see this article about how Seth Rogen was basically saying like critics are too mean, especially to him?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. They all say there's always that one actor. Like there always has to be one every single like month. That's like, oh, do you know how bad it feels when like you critics, mostly the general audiences, because the normal critics we paid off. You know how bad it feels when we make this passion shit project, and then you say you hate it. Well, it hurts my feelings. So why don't you not watch our movies? How about you just fuck off and don't say anything? And then
Right.
all I'm thinking is, well, fuck you. I'm going to say what I want.
Right.
I mean,
And
that's it.
when they say
Exactly, Will.
don't like it, don't watch it. I still haven't watched The Last of Us since I last left it. I
Yeah.
have not touched it, and I've been fighting with myself whether or not I want to do it just for the channel and whatnot. But
Mhm.
when and it's crazy because somebody commented, I forgot who commented, man. Somebody said on my channel, they're like, "Damn, it says a lot that you went through the bullshit of Velma, but the moment Last of Us said don't like it, don't watch it, you haven't watched it." And I'm like, yeah, that's actually kind of true. That's kind of true because I put up at
Yeah.
least again with Velma, they weren't saying if you don't like it, don't watch it. They kind of just they shut up and people trash on it and we move on. So that's different. But when you open your fucking mouth and you think you're invincible because you got such high ratings in the first few episodes because you bait and switch people, and now you're saying,
Mhm.
oh, if you don't like it, don't watch it. You feel a little frosty. You're gonna
Mhm.
realize like that shit ends really badly for you in the second season. The first season you're still gonna have it, but I want to see the numbers for the second season, in my opinion. Then we'll see.
I believe
We'll see.
the numbers for this season might have dropped off from like the first few episodes.
Have they been telling people the viewership? I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Have they
no.
been?
They've been pretty open. It's been pretty consistent.
No.
It hasn't fallen off.
Recently, ever since the last couple of episodes, have they actually released the viewership?
I
don't
believe
think they did.
I don't know.
They were
probably never
announcing it
will.
every episode up until like episode I think 5, and then they kind of stopped. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. I'm gonna look into that. But go ahead. What were you saying? Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I would be interested to see because I mean I just haven't seen a whole lot of conjecture.
Yeah,
around the show.
Variety posted about it. He said The Last of Us episode 8 hit series high of 8.1 million viewers, up 74% from season premiere.
Did they? Okay, so they actually did release the numbers. Okay, fair enough.
I mean, look, are we surprised? Look, number one, the first season is pretty much the same exact story like the video game, just with a few extra scenes added and a pointless third episode. That's basically it. So of course
they haven't gotten to the part that people are not going to be wanting.
Oh
to see.
yeah, the second season, I'm just going to tell you right now, it's going to be like the Big Dipper. Okay, it's just going to go.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just gonna go bad.
Right.
That's,
Yeah.
that's
I
all
haven't
I'm
played the
saying.
video game, so I don't.
Yeah,
I guess
just
I'll
Well,
go in
so
blind.
when it comes to the source material for The Last of Us in regards to the TV show, like the first game is really good source material. Given it says a lot for the source material itself that despite them not really adhering to the source material very well, the show still manages to be at least pretty decent. Some episodes better than others, and it's a little more on the it's on the boring side, but that says a lot about the source material itself. Now when it comes to the second game, that source material is pretty shit just on a storytelling at level.
What
So-
happened with it?
so
Yeah.
basically, they kind of throw a bunch of characters under the bus specifically to tell the general story of revenge bad. That's literally what it is,
Yeah.
and they were willing to sacrifice
Yeah.
basic sensibilities of characters just to tell that overarching conclusion.
Oh, and Casey, don't forget, we gotta mention one of those characters is the infamous Abby, who I will not go into much detail. All I'm gonna say is she looks like a
Goldberg.
rated female bodybuilder that shouldn't have access to that in a post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah.
Especially as a
Yeah.
female, it is
I think I
literally
remember
Yeah.
seeing that.
It's so sloppy.
it is
sometimes.
hard. It's hard for her to maintain that body in a regular
Mm.
world, especially without performance enhancing drugs, let alone in a post-apocalyptic world where there is little to no food, where your calorie intake is probably 500 or less a day, and I don't give a shit how much you fucking lift. You're not putting on that level of muscle at all, unless you are, eating 5,000 calories a day, and again, for a female taking some sort of, performance.
Or you
enhancing
show
drug.
it.
Biologically, it's harder for women to build muscle than men. That's just
Oh,
the
yeah,
reality.
of course.
100%.
That's what they're doing now. They really want you to believe that a woman can be a man. Like every female
Mhm.
character
yeah.
now is wearing that
Everything
thing
is
that
pointing in.
that covers up their breast. Where they did it in Galadriel did it in Rings of Power. Like she had
Yes.
no chest for like the entire season.
She had no spirit.
These people genuinely believe that men are better than women, because they want to be men, outright. And
Right.
Mhm.
And the more people reject it, the angrier they get. And they're like,
Mhm.
we're gonna show you.
Yeah. But it's not working. It's
It's not
ridiculous.
It's not. But yeah, so kind of going back to this article. So what do you guys think of him and what he said about critics being too mean? Because I think that's kind of a joke, considering
remember
that.
critics,
You
He's
signed up
very
for it.
mean in his
the
comedy
actual
as well.
critics themselves, back in the day, they used to destroy film. You
Absolutely.
can go read some of those.
Have
old
these people
articles.
any idea that there was somebody called Don Rickles? Like they roasted people to hell back then. I mean, in the 70s, they had the roast of the week. They had like a panel of people just destroying one single person. Sometimes even Ronald Reagan was there, and they burned the shit out of him.
The Dean
So-
Martin celebrity roast.
Yeah, the Dean Martin celebrity. It was crazy. Like they were really mean to each other, but it was funny as hell. And it showed them that these people had humor. So you started respecting these Hollywood people because at least once a week they would expose themselves for what they are. And people say, okay, I mean, this is funny. They are self-conscious about that their life is exaggerated, and sometimes they are divas and behaving like crazy. And that kind of made them more human, more relatable. And at the same time, it made them also special. That was crazy about those roast nights. And nowadays, nobody wants to be critiqued and roasted or anything. No truth should be exposed. Everybody's tiptoeing around, trying to be comfortable and political correct. And that is avoiding to build character. That is avoiding to build toughness. I mean, I'm an acting coach. That means I have to prepare my students for the rough world of entertainment industry. If I kind of wrap them up in coziness and softness all the time, they won't be prepared for what's expecting them. So I have to criticize them. We have to criticize ourselves. I mean, art is based on constructive criticism, and sometimes it needs to be harsh. Sometimes we need to wake people up, to fuel the art, not to destroy them. And here, these people are taking a lazy boat. They don't want to get exposed. They don't want to deal with, rational arguments. like what Ripperverse is doing sometimes. I find this really cool. Like he invites people over and like talks as calmly as he can, and kind of deconstructs their arguments very slowly.
Calmly to a point.
Right, right.
Well,
Yeah, up to a
like,
point.
with Seth
Yeah,
Rogen,
that's
I
true.
actually completely disagree. I'm actually on the opposite side. I believe that outright they need to be critiqued, criticized, mocked, and shamed even more.
No, absolutely.
Specifically because they're choosing to die on these garbage hills of entertainment. They do not concede that, oh yeah, this could have been better. They refuse to concede that. Their response is, well, if you don't like this, you're an evil human being, you're a bigot. So they deserve to be mocked and shamed even more harshly than they have been in the past. And if Seth Rogen can't cut it, then get the fuck out. It's really that simple. I'm not here to hear you whining. Like, talk about this white privilege. You have, by your own standards, you have white privilege, so you shouldn't be complaining.
Well, that's the funny thing, because Seth Rogen is complaining about how critics are too mean, and this is the same guy who attacks people on Twitter 24/7. So it's like, do you even know who you are at this point? Like, you attack other
Are you
people all the time.
self-aware of your actions?
Yeah.
Right.
Do you realize like what you're doing? It's just it's strange. And then his entire reasoning for it's like, oh well, if people knew how it made other people feel, they wouldn't do it as much. And I'm like, that's the internet for you. If people on the internet who talk shit all the time would realize how it made other people feel, they probably wouldn't talk shit all the time, or maybe they would. At the end of the day, it's the internet. It's online. You don't have that. You can't have that mentality, especially when you are taking part in the shit talking occasionally on Twitter yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just
And
very
these people
strange.
desperately like to be those stars, those glamours, but they're not. Because they're small in their approach to art, and they want to just be this. And of course, I mean, it has changed. Entertainment industry has changed and will forever change, and the way we perceive entertainment as well, probably as well. But all we ask for is actually quite simple. We, as the fans, as the nerds, as the people sustaining this culture, we're asking for a couple of simple things to be respected. And it's not fancy stuff. Just do that. Just give people what they want, instead of coming over here and preaching us what should be done, and what's cool and what's relevant and important. We don't care about your opinion. Serve us the good stuff.
I agree. And another thing too, I think I would say, I mean, again, this is my opinion. I would say that Hollywood got very used to people worshiping them back in the day. And it's interesting how a lot of this victim mindset was not around back then. And that's because they had the eyes of a lot of people. They had the worshiping of the fans, whatever you want to call it. Now people really just don't give a fuck. I haven't met anybody who was like really a celebrity chaser. I know they still exist, trust me, by the millions. I get it. But like overall online, I don't feel like that worshiping of Hollywood exists anymore. And because of that, the victim narrative has come out tremendously over the last, I would say, 5+ years, especially.
They've given people other things to worship, like Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that. So whereas people in Hollywood seem like this,
right?
Yeah, the influencer. People in Hollywood seem so far and away and like out of worldly. Well, now these people in your backyard, now there's neighbors down the street with 1 million followers on TikTok. So it's like, and that's ultimately what Hollywood is competing with, because as the attention spans of these kids get shorter and shorter, it's going to be hard to get people to sit in the theater for 2 hours to watch your woke infested movie when they can just watch a 30-second video that's more entertaining.
Yep.
I mean,
that's why nobody watches like those reward shows anymore too. I mean, every year it gets less and less, right? Like the Oscars gets less and less. Nobody's watching it. There's YouTubers out there that get millions more than the fucking Oscars do. It's hilarious.
Everybody knows Kai Cenat won that award for like best streamer last year, but nobody can tell you who was the best actor of the year from last year.
Right. Right.
That tells you everything you need to know.
No, I agree with that. But again, so just kind of let's close up with the Seth Rogen thing. So I really don't understand again why. I mean, I do. I understand why he's doing this. I thought he would have stopped at Santa Inc. personally. I feel like Santa Inc. was so bad, was such a mega flop, to use those words, that at that point I don't want to call it career ending, but it's like you probably should step away for a little while and just kind of ride out your money. You have plenty of it, right? But again, he wants to step into it, but he wants to step into it and then be shielded from criticism. It seems like it's a little weird. I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah, that's easy.
How much of his downfall do you probably attribute to James Franco getting canceled? Because that was his best friend, and they worked together on a lot of different stuff.
I would say quite a bit, but I think he really went hard on the Santa Inc. shit. Like he was attacking people left and right. Him and what's the girl's name? The white chick. What's her name? The Jewish girl. That was also like they were together. They made it together. What's her name? She God damn, I forgot her name because I really don't care. But she anyway, they both were attacking people left and right on Twitter like crazy when Santa Inc. came out. They were calling everybody racist, anti-Semitic, all this other stuff. Oh, Sarah Silverman, thank you, DZ3. I appreciate that. Sarah Silverman. Yeah, they were attacking people left and right on Twitter to like almost all day, it seemed like. And there was like articles left and right of the responses every day coming out. And it was crazy stuff. So I mean, you might be right though, Atreus. It might be a combination of both. I think Santa Inc., whatever Seth Rogen had before Santa Inc., I feel like it got nuked once Santa Inc. came out. And he was quiet ever since. I mean, I didn't hear from him very much aside from that whole thing he had with Casey Neistat, that little bit of drama. So,
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, with Seth Rogen, either make good content or nobody cares. Star power is dead. You don't have star power. The star is not really a thing anymore, and you don't really have much control over the industry. I don't know personally why they push him, but that's neither here nor there. At the end of the day, the way you're going to win people over is by making good content. And if you continue to, constantly throw shade, be disrespectful, all that stuff, you're going to continue to see failure. It's really that simple. Don't cry about it now.
I agree with that.
And, since we're moving away from this Seth Rogen story, Hypno, I kind of wanted to show this like really quick. I sent a link in the chat of an unexpected news of a new trailer for that Saint Seiya movie that will only premiere from Warner Bros. That will only premiere in Japan for now.
I would show that, but it's Toei Animation, and they will literally bend me over with no lube and completely.
I mean, like not even
if
you just show the images.
I can still shot it, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, just show the images. Like you can just show the image in the videos. You don't have to like show the footage.
Yeah, because Toei does not.
Well, this is like a video that another channel posted. It's a movie channel, I think it is. So you could probably show some of it.
It's got better CGI than fucking Marvel does.
Yeah. But basically, this one, they're kind of showcasing a little bit like, going into like the whole training. Now, I don't know who the fuck this dude is. Okay. Like, this is written in Japanese, but also this guy does not look like any character I know of. All I know is supposedly he's going through the training that he goes in the anime to be able to wear the Pegasus armor.
CGI, that's fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, this one looks better than the first trailer. Sean Bean apparently is I forgot to mention this. Sean Bean is apparently in this movie, and this woman is the one from X-Men.
Well. Yeah, Famke Janssen. That's awesome.
Yeah, they're both in there. She's apparently
that looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm surprised too.
I'm telling you, dude. This like,
I mean,
again, the outfits
it could be good,
or
it could be good.
CGI look good. Yeah. The story could be trash, for all I know, but still, it's
going to be 6 movies, by the way, in total. So this one, the idea is that they're planning on making 5 more movies after this to like do. Like,
I don't take any studio serious when they say they're gonna do like 5, 6 movies or seasons.
It's a Japanese studio, I think.
Like,
that
let's get through the first season first. You know what I mean? Look at Rings of Power. They're like, we already bought 5 seasons, bro. We're here. It's like, yeah, we'll see after the second one.
I mean, look, I kind of feel a little bit more comfortable.
Don't rush
I know it's a Japanese studio. That's true. Head, so I do feel a little more comfortable in that because they usually go on their promises and try to improve on any fuck ups they did previously.
And if there's one thing the Japanese do right, it's presentation, man. It always looks good.
This is good. The only thing I don't like is the armor designs.
But at least they look
like bucket
heads. Though.
Like they look like a bunch of like metal bucket heads ramming against each other. Like they could have done better on the armor.
Mendo helmets look also a bit awful.
I have no idea what this says, but I'm already more invested in it.
I think it's just saying when it comes out, which in Japan I heard it's like April 28th. Yeah, it's the so Valiant. This is the first of what's going to be a total of 6 live action movies that are going to come out for Saint Seiya. It's basically their modern movie interpretation of the Knights of the Zodiac
I
manga
love
of the
that.
1987 anime
I
that was
love
made of
Knights
it,
of the
basically.
Zodiac, man. That was
Yeah.
awesome stuff back then.
And you know what? I hope it does good because by God, if you want to watch any of like the old anime,
Yes.
tough
He
shit.
also-
Like when
it
Netflix
was-
withdrew, it was hard to find in the States. Like if you live somewhere outside of the States, you can probably watch it. But in the
It
States,
definitely
it's
looks
damn
good.
near impossible. At least with
Definitely.
Saint Seiya. I do not know why, but like everywhere else except the US, it did extremely well. It was so
Hey.
weird. But yeah, that's just a quick little new.
Yeah, it looks good. I'm gonna check it out later, not on stream, obviously, because like I said, Toei will destroy me in every way possible. All right,
Yeah.
so let's divvy off to Angry Joe and his fighting with Rippa, because again, I have a lot to say about Angry Joe, and I think that comes from a place from someone who is actually pretty invested in his content. So now it's kind of like, damn man, you put me between a rock and a hard place because you always do this shit.
Yeah.
Like, Angry Joe always, and you know what? I was willing to forgive it because, like you said, his videos were pretty good. His reviews are pretty good. But my God, just the way this guy toes the line, I cannot stand it. I cannot stand it. Anyway, Cassie, do you still got to go?
Yeah, I do, unfortunately, but it was really good
too
hanging
bad.
with y'all. Yeah, it was
all
fun.
good.
It's good having you.
It was
Likewise,
love
yeah,
hanging
it's
out with
good
you.
being here.
Tell them where they
It's
can
nice
find
meeting
you.
you.
So if you'd like to, check out what I got going on, I actually did do a video talking about the TMNT situation. So find me on YouTube, Cult Classic Cage, or if you want to talk to me personally, you could always hit me on Twitter. Thank you so much for having me, man. It's always fun hanging with you guys. Saturdays is always busy for me. It's kind of a tough go, but if I can find the time to be here, I love to be here and hang out with you guys for sure.
Absolutely.
was
I
nice
appreciate
meeting
it, Cassie. You're always welcome here, as always.
Thank
And enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Don't do anything I wouldn't do twice.
Yes, at least twice.
At least twice.
Word.
Maybe 3 times.
Okay, maybe.
3 times you're
Come on,
canceled, so
come
can't do it 3 times.
No, have a
Have a
good
good
time,
night,
Casey. Talk
guys.
to you
It was
soon.
good.
Have
It
a
was
good
good
night.
meeting you, Atreus.
Have a good
Nice
night.
meeting you as well.
All right, so so the people are in chat like, who's Angry Joe? Let's not pretend like, all right, so
Come on.
let's make a couple of things
course.
very clear. As much as I don't like the way this guy toes the line, he's a very big YouTuber, has a huge following, definitely puts in the work without a doubt, grinds hard, very successful, been on the platform a long time, and has managed to stay somewhat kind of almost relevant throughout his career, which is great. That's fantastic. I'll never take that away from him. But this fucking guy, man, he just, first off, that was crazy what he said to Ripper. You guys saw what he said to Ripper, the young Ripper, about that he basically called him a P word.
Yeah.
And
Head chaser.
that's not something you say to someone like that.
No.
But again, that's
No.
from the safety of the internet, right? Like he thought that he was going to be able to say something like that from his living room, comfortable, and have no repercussions for it, not even like a verbal discussion, which is crazy because again, when Ripper responded, obviously he was heated, but he also said, like, I'm not saying I'm gonna beat you up or anything because we live in the same state. I'm just saying that expect a conversation to be had about that statement. That's it. I don't think that's anything crazy personally, but obviously Angry Joe feels otherwise and decided to say, oh, you're threatening me. Like, again, this is someone who, the fact that you even took that as a threat goes to show that you really don't handle confrontation often. You know what I mean?
No,
like, you don't
absolutely
handle
not.
confrontation often if you think someone saying you were going to have a discussion means, a threat.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, but this is what I talked about when I said earlier, the video game industry, including like some YouTubers and whatever the case may be, is full of these really soft teddy bear like men that have never had to deal with confrontation.
Right.
Especially if you've been on YouTube long enough to rack up 3.3 million subscribers. He believes that he's the Omega, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to YouTube. And so my whole thing with Ripper was that I would have much rather him try to take him to court for that, like JK did that one Twitter person that accused her of being a Nazi. I would have rather him, threaten to take him to court because that does something for all of us. You can't keep having this situation where people can just say things about you whether it's true or not, because he has a lot of subscribers and a lot of followers on Twitter. Some people are just going to glance at that and say, okay, well, Angry Joe said it. It must be true. So,
Oh, yeah.
And so for you to say something like that, in my opinion, that's grounds for getting your ass whooped. So and he's not going to try to have a real conversation. Just like he asked the question on Twitter, he was asking people about it. I forgot exactly what he said in his tweet, but it was obvious you wasn't looking for a real conversation. You was just looking to call somebody else bigoted.
Yeah.
And so that's why I feel like approaching him and trying to have a conversation with him at a booth is a waste of time. Either you gonna get these hands or you gonna get this lawsuit. I'd rather lean towards
I would imagine that he would probably record it. I would think he would probably record it and try to monetize it, in my opinion.
But then that's going to incentivize Joe to not back down. He won't even back down on the internet. So if you catch him on video, like you literally called somebody a kid chaser and then asked them to apologize because you're getting backlash for it.
Yeah.
There's only two things you can get: hands or lawsuit. Pick one.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. And it looks like the chat is agreeing too. They're saying Ripper should drop a suit on him. So I just think that, again, this is someone who is very comfortable, and like you said, he thinks he's the Omega, which is fine. You've been on YouTube for I don't know how long, 10+ years, whatever. I understand. I could get that mindset, but that mindset should never bring you to the point where you're calling someone else a kid chaser, like you said. I think that is next level shit. And again, my biggest issue with Angry Joe. And just so you guys are aware, anybody who was in here who watches Angry Joe, you're more than welcome to. I'm never going to tell you not to take someone, because I watched him up until that whole like nonsense. And again, he makes good content for his reviews and everything. So if you watch him, don't feel like you ever got to pick between like us or him. That's not what this is about. This is about what he said being completely out of line and my personal feelings about him towing the line. So you always hear about people being like fence sitters or whatever the case may be, and that's fine. You want to be a fence sitter, go ahead. I don't care. But my thing that annoys me the most is that when I'm watching his reviews, I feel like they are not, especially recently, they're not genuine. And I feel like they're not genuine because he'll say, you'll notice when it comes to anything that's deemed left wing, so like if it's woke, right, or if it has any kind of drama, race swapping, whatever, like if it's something that has a lot of controversy around it, when Joe reviews it, I feel like he's very careful.
Very careful. That's true.
He's walking on eggshells when he's reviewing it. You can see it. It's obvious. Like there's no
he's very attentive on what he's saying and how he's expressing it. That's true.
Yeah. And not only that, when he's reviewing it, he just has to, throughout the review, every once in a while, when he says something that he feels like is going to piss off the crowd that he's trying to pander to, he's like, yeah, this episode was kind of filler. It did feel kind of filler. It's not because I'm progressive, guys. It's not because they're gay or anything. Trust me. Like it's I'm progressive. Like he keeps reminding people like his political leaning while shitting on the show that he knows that people on that side are trying to take as a win, or at least that episode, for example. Like when he reviewed the 3rd episode of The Last of Us, that's kind of like what sold it for me. That's kind of like what made me realize, like, all right, this guy is really not reviewing from the right place. You know what I'm saying?
From the heart anymore.
And you can see Alex and you can see other Joe. They're like, nah, this episode was kind of shit. And Angry Joe's like, oh no, but it was good.
Yeah.
He's trying to convince them.
He's trying to convince them, trying to kind of wing them into his. It's true, right?
He's been doing that with Alex for a long time. But Joe is blackballed from the game industry in a way, and so I'm not surprised that he tries to toe the line because the relationships in the industry, he's probably trying to hang on to what relationships he have left. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, and this goes back to people in the industry being sensitive. He used to be very harsh on games. I'll never forget that Destiny review.
Oh yeah,
I will never forget that Destiny. And just imagine how many people were angry. If you got Seth Rogen complaining about reviews, just imagine a video game that you work on for 10 years.
EA doesn't fuck with him, right?
No, I don't think a lot of people. I mean, he had that interview. I think it was with Don Matrick, where he was really like kind of aggressive in the interview. And it's like ever since then, people are like, "Oh, Angry Joe can't show up to this event or whatever the case may be." So it doesn't surprise me that he tries to toe the line, and you can see it with Alex. Alex tries to rip into movies or TV shows or whatever it is they watch, he'll say, "Yeah, that was pretty garbage," and Joe will stop him like, "Hey, it's not a
Yeah.
4. To give it 2 more points."
Yeah,
Mm,
exactly.
mm,
And
mm,
that
mm.
shows that for me, that shows like you're not being genuine. That's my biggest issue. I got more examples, but I'm gonna call out these super chats real quick. I got Star Peanut one for $5. Says everyone grab your bigot O's in support to end the wokeness. Yeah, they want me to make like a cereal called the bigot O's. I don't know. I might try to make it a thing. And then we got Deviled Eyed Elvis for $4.99 saying glad to see the homie Atreus on here. There you go. You got your people in here.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome. I love to see
Yeah,
it.
he's actually here in Georgia with me, South Georgia. He actually as a gun expert, and he gets a lot of contracts with films here
Nice.
to be the expert on guns. So shout out to him.
Yeah. So again, with this whole Angry Joe thing, that's my biggest thing. I don't like when you're not genuine, man. Like when people go to watch you for reviews, you can see how careful you are and how and you know how the sad thing is that he doesn't edit his videos, right? He doesn't edit his videos, if you notice. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
He's getting more and more. You can tell by his behavior. Careful. He tries to mediate way more than he used to, and his angriness now is getting more and more politically fueled, I guess. And yeah, there's been definitely like a change going on in his behavior and his way of also criticizing the content.
Right. But the reason why I bring up he doesn't edit his videos is because that exposes how much he toes the line, because he doesn't even like edit it out. You'll see him literally sitting there thinking about what to say because he doesn't want to say the wrong thing, and it just comes off as just so fucking I can't fuck with it. I can't anymore.
Yeah.
I don't really want to watch his reviews anymore. Especially 100% of anything controversial. Like I'm just not gonna do it because I already know he's not gonna give a genuine review. I review stuff all the time, but I still watch other people's reviews because I want to see other ideas. I want to see other like what people think about the show, the movie, whatever. So even though I make the stuff, I still consume it also, and I just can't with him, man. I just feel like, and the whole calling Ripper the P word, that was just insane. That was insane to me. So
Why? I mean, why? it's really. Mm-mm.
I
I'm
don't
really
know.
sorry. No, it's not. It's still. I mean, if you look at Ripper, I mean, look at what he's doing, right? Creating this standalone character with his own source material and trying to establish himself as a comic publisher. I mean, of course, is the comic perfect? No, it's way above average. It's just I love Isom. It's really good. I mean, it's not perfect. It has its flaws, but it's, I would say, a solid 8 or somewhere around that. But we should like support each other doing this, because otherwise, whether there is just big media telling us what's entertainment or we are creating the entertainment that we like to see in the future, that's basically it. And constructive criticism, whether it's Ripper doing it or Angry Joe, is part of the job. We want to be better than them. We want to beat them at their own game. So we need to accept that. We need to of course recuperate a lot of time and make and create that critical mass of culture. And we can only do that by accepting criticism, by moving forward, by improving. I mean, we as YouTubers, as artists, me as an actor, I get criticized all the way through. But using such words and crossing that line just shows your little ego, your huge ego, and your little, what was the other thing? Yeah, the other little thing. And that's just bad character, man. Just bad
Yeah.
character.
No, you're right. And look, the reason I was quiet because I was making something because somebody on
Oh
chat
God.
mentioned something funny. No, this is actually something pretty simple. I just sent it to you through on Twitter because it's like a GIF that somebody wanted me to make with a specific character and combining that with Angry Joe's head.
Wait,
And
somebody really asked you to make that?
yes, they asked me to do this, and
You
I
got
just
weird
saw it. I
people
just
around you,
glanced
man.
at it with my eye, and I was like, "Oh, this is great."
How
And
do I
so,
blow
yeah,
this up on the screen?
yep,
It's
there you
not
go.
working.
I
It's
sent it
not.
to you on your Twitter. Like
Yeah,
on
but it's
Twitter
not letting
DM.
me blow it up on the screen, so it looks so tiny.
What?
Yeah,
Oh
I'll
well,
figure
let
it out.
me. Oh, okay. I could just
Yeah,
share it on my end. Maybe it'll show up a little bigger.
yeah. If you share it,
Yeah.
That might
Yeah,
work.
give me a second. I just got to pull it up on the right side. Okay.
That's pretty funny though.
Yeah.
But again, so Angry Joe, there's a lot of people in the space that are like him, and that's the other big thing too. And that's kind of why I think Ripper does this whole monetize the haters thing, because it really showcases like how shitty the space is. Oh, I see you put it on the screen.
Yeah. There you go.
Sorry.
There you go.
That's pretty
There you
good.
go, Chad.
That's
You got
pretty
what
good.
you wished for. You happy now?
My man loves
Oh,
making
God.
memes. You're like your own legion of memes. I'm telling you.
Yeah, man.
I don't even know. Like, it's like this is like super easy to make too. But there you go. Okay.
I'm so confused because I tried to do the whole face tracking thing before. I was sitting there for hours and never got it to work. So you
Oh.
just did it in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh no, I've done like whole clips before. Like I made how many
Dragons.
variations did I make of like that Velma scene of her getting hit by a car? Like,
Quite
I
a
don't know how
bit.
many I did in one
Quite a
single
bit,
day.
man. It was
Hypno
fantastic.
would just ask me to do this shit, and I was like, "Oh, okay, sure. Give me
He's
a
the
moment."
Dragon Slayer, man. He's fast.
Yeah,
He's
I mean, I
fast.
got. This is like super simple for me once I figured out the motion tracking. But yeah, look, I'll post it in a community post and probably share it to Twitter.
Yeah.
That way, everyone can share the wonderful meme if they want to.
So I mean, what do you think about Angry Joe then, Dragon Slayer? Like, because you were a little quiet. So what do you think?
Well, look, with
More about
Joe-
what he said, not about like him as
Oh yeah. Well, about what he said, I mean, the answer is pretty straightforward. He shouldn't have said what he said. Look, I understand in this kind of business, this kind of industry, whatever you want to call it, people shit talk each other. There's always going to be those that like to shit talk, taunt other people that maybe did better or getting more attention because of whatever reason. But you should never make accusations like what he made, where it's like, oh, yes, he is a P word. He definitely, everyone, because he knows that when he says such a thing, well, however many fans he has, there's going to be a few crazy nutcases in there that are going to be like, this is my go-to to say to everyone else on Twitter, hey, I found out the Isom creator Ripa is actually a P word, and I know because Angry Joe said it, and he has 3-point-something million subscribers.
Well, that's what
Definitely
Atreus
responsible.
was saying. That's some dangerous
Yeah,
shit.
no, I mean,
like, for you
but
to
it's
put
the
out.
same shit. I'm saying, like, it's
Yeah.
the truth. It
Yeah.
is the truth. It's like when you have a bigger fan base, you need to
You
be
should
more
be careful
responsible
and responsible
about
for
what you're
sure.
saying. Yes, because number one, you don't know the people that are watching you if all of them are sane or if they or if they're going to or if they overreact to something you say. So you should always think about what you're going to say, especially about matters like that. It's not right to just call someone who's just done better than you such a thing just because you don't like his opinion. Look, I'm sorry. In the real world, if you don't like someone's opinion and the other person doesn't care,
Especially if you're Angry
you're
Joe. What the
insulting them.
fuck are you talking? You've
Yeah,
been
yeah, yeah.
insulting people for 10 years straight.
Yeah, I mean, in
one way or
Ripa
the
is
other.
obviously like was given the same education. Let's just say
Yes.
that we've all gotten. I know I've gotten because my parents are like from two different older generations. Like my mom is the 80s generation, and my dad is like 60, late 60s, early 70s generation. So I got both types of education. So that's I'm just a unique case for people in my age.
You're very unique. We love you.
Yes, man.
Oh, thank you.
And we love your
but-
profile pic, man.
Yeah, thanks.
New profile pics. Very good.
Well, yeah, but really, guys, like that's what I think about Angry Joe. I think that he should not have said what he has said, and that
Do you
he's gonna
think
get
it
a lot of
was like a
pushback.
planned stunt? He wanted to do that attack.
I
that it
would
was
not be
kind of
surprised, Coach.
preconceived
Look,
to
it's not the
regain
first time.
relevance.
Look, it's not the first time Angry Joe has done something like that, where he
Because
said
it feels
something
so
extreme.
unnatural and so extreme and out of the blue that this oscillation kind of it smells and it tastes a little bit like this was like a conceived attack. Let's have a strategy for the year, and let's create some spikes for every segment of the year and for every month. Oh,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna go after him. I don't know.
I think that's something unique that Angry Joe made himself. I'm sure that other Joe and Alex probably had no idea he was going to say that. At the end of the day,
Mhm.
other Joe or OJ and Alex, they do their own thing. They work with him. but they mostly like to work in the background and be part of certain videos. Okay, the face of the channel, if you will, is Joe. So whatever he says, people are going to take more seriously than what the other two say because they see the other two as the buddy characters. Let's put it that way, and they're fine with that. But I'm sure they had no idea that Joe was going to say some crazy shit like that. They probably knew he was going to say something because, you know, like all big YouTubers, I don't say all of them. I just know there are some big YouTubers that like to make a big scene out of something because they're losing relevance and they want to get back into relevance through controversy or drama rather than just working on something until they get back to relevance. I never understood that, to be honest.
I also
I
feel
really
as
never
if
understood that.
him and his the two guys, Alex and other Joe, I feel like they're definitely politically on different sides, but they don't show it on screen. Because the way Alex stays quiet when Angry Joe starts going off on
Right.
his left crazy
But
tangents.
you can tell, but what's behind his eyes that he thinks a different
Yeah.
way.
You can
Yeah.
tell. I believe Alex really thinks Joe is an incompetent moron sometimes. I mean, I don't. That's speculation. I just want to make that clear. That's speculation, but
Maybe
you can
not
see it
that
in his
high,
eyes.
but
Like
yeah, but you
when
can
they're
see his
doing
eyes that he
reviews, he's listening to
disagrees
Joe talk,
right.
and Joe can kind of see it like,
Yeah.
Yeah, he
You're an
gives that
idiot.
face
And
of,
sometimes, I don't know if you guys
asshole.
noticed, but sometimes they're even editing it out. Sometimes they're jumping to another angle or something. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
I mean, I don't know who edits their videos. I'm assuming it's either
They're pretty
OJ
streamlined.
or
I don't really
yeah.
see it is OJ. I don't see too many cuts in their videos. And like I said, when Angry Joe goes on those tangents about political stuff, and I think there was a video recently where he went pretty crazy and calling people like racist and stuff. He's like, "Oh yeah, well we're not like those people, those racists who just don't like things because of skin color, something like that." And Alex was just like with his head down, kind of like his hands on his nose, like come on, dude, like what are we doing? So it's pretty obvious. I think they are definitely a little split. But they just don't show it on screen. Which, listen, I think that's the professional thing to do. That's business. Like you shouldn't really go at each other on screen anyway. But I'm. It's very easy to read it. That's all I'm saying. It's very easy to read it, and I think it's pretty funny. I want to
know.
Good.
What I want to know is when you really break down what he said, you know, he was talking about the racists and then he said the not racist weirdos. He said, I don't care that she's black. Why isn't she a 12-year-old hot and sexy instead of ugly and fat?
Right.
Where did that come from? Has April O'Neil ever been 12 years old in any of these?
Never.
So I'm so confused by that. Like, why would you bring that up? What would put it in your mind that anybody would ask a character who's historically been a grown-ass adult? Yes. And then you just assume that people would want her to be 12
There
years
were
old.
many iterations, but actually she wasn't always like this pretty much. I mean,
yeah, it's called devaluing the argument. So he's trying to devalue the argument by saying something extreme to make people think that oh well that's I guess people just care about it and they're trying to be P words, you know. And it's like it's got nothing to do with that, bro. Like why would you even, again, like you said, it's like why would you even do that? It's like when you're in the argument with someone. Let's say you're in an argument with someone and they just pull the fucking race card out of nowhere.
It's called feminine warfare.
Yeah,
I call it feminine warfare. It's whenever you take words and their meaning and manipulate them to mean what you want it to mean in order to paint a narrative about a person.
Right.
That's pretty accurate.
We can't fight like masculine men used to, right? So in a world where war is no longer acceptable, you can only argue. You can only go to war with words and manipulating narratives.
And semantics, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's called feminine warfare, and that's how they're getting there now. You no longer have to get to the bottom of the truth anymore. All you got to do is say something that has nothing to do with nothing. If I can accuse you of being a racist in the middle of an argument about whether or not
everything is gone. Right, everything is gone. It's true. Yeah, you just create that false accusation, that controversy, what we discussed before, and then you have an infinite loop of possibilities where you will never get to the truth, and you will always stand as the winner. It's a great strategy. It's a very lazy strategy as well, because in the end, of course, you can't argument. You haven't found a better argument because you're seeing it as a war, as some sort of competition, instead of just seeing it as something mutual where you can add something to the table and and have a discussion, a vivid and beautiful discussion about things. And it can be sometimes rough and even loud. Nobody cares, as long as you are dedicated to kind of add something instead of just being right or wrong, because as soon as you fall into this pole again, right? Because we're creating constant poles in our society. Everything gets politicized. Everything now, oh, he didn't serve me the hot dog that well this morning. I bet he's a fucking liberal, right? All this stuff, right? Where we're having these thoughts, these crazy thoughts about political
Coach.
agendas, right? In every single situation of our daily life. That's just madness. We should, get back to, all right, what can we add? And why are we talking and discussing things in this manner? Maybe somebody is influencing us and the whole way of how we tend to perceive something. So we can, be there in the cage, fighting against each other over our little opinions, while somebody else is smiling about it.
Yeah, I agree.
KRG says she started being a teenager in the Nickelodeon show. So.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, Metal thought I was like Gen X for some reason. Like he really thought I was that old.
What?
Damn. I mean, thanks, but no, I'm not, bro.
It's Metalopoly.
Oh, sorry,
Metalopoly.
Metalopoly. I'm sorry, bro.
Metalopoly. I like that, Metalopoly.
Yeah, Metalopoly.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, man, fuck Angry Joe. Honestly, like I just,
Yeah.
I don't have nothing more to say than that.
He's just a game review guy everyone watches.
And the thing is, he should have just stayed that, man. And again, he every once in a while he likes to because they can't help themselves, man. True hardcore, like hardcore. I'm talking about hardcore left wing people. They can't help themselves. They have to get that shit out. So they're gonna go online. They're gonna virtue signal because it gets them off. They need to do it. And it's true. It's fucking true. I don't care what the guy is home. He's pent up and he's really thinking about it. He's like, what? I really got a virtue signal today. I gotta do it. If I don't,
it's like a needle. They need it.
If I don't get this, if I don't call someone racist today,
but I can understand, man. Boss, they're so full of shit. They need to vomit it out. I mean, they're so highly condensed. With all these informations, they absorb all this. They need to get.
It's like
out.
Elizabeth Banks. Remember, she did the whole, it's not, and then when Cocaine Bear came out, she just couldn't help it. She had to bring out that conversation. Oh, they said men would never listen to a female director. It's like, did you not learn your lesson from the last movie that plot you wouldn't close your mouth? They can't help it.
But
right. It's stronger than them.
They went with that. Okay, so what's interesting to me is that whole line about men won't listen to female directors. Jennifer Lawrence started that shit, didn't she? Like she started that, and then who did it? Fucking what's her name? Who plays Buffy the Vampire Slayer? God, what the fuck's her name, bro? God, my memory is shit. Anyway, she came out a couple weeks after Jennifer Lawrence, and she said that. And then Elizabeth Banks came out a couple weeks later, and she said that. So it's like all these women saw what another woman said and was like, yeah, I'm gonna go with that narrative. Yeah, somebody told me with no proof whatsoever, so trust me, bro. Somebody told me at some point that nobody listens to female directors, and they ran with that because they don't got to prove it. Nobody has to. When they do these interviews and shit, they don't ever have to prove it. Yeah, they just say what they're gonna say. They're gonna say that somebody at some point and sometime said that they are not gonna be respected for being a female director, and they run with it, even though there's been so many female directors. That people, you think an actor gives a fuck who's directing as long as they're getting paid? Come on, bro.
To be fair,
to a degree, maybe.
Sometimes. I mean, it depends on the project.
Especially if you deal with more red pill dudes, and I'm not red pill in the sense that they watch that content, more in the sense of there's a lot of dudes that probably think like a woman can't lead me anywhere. So I give you a perfect example. Charleston White said in an interview when he was asked about BLM, do he believe in BLM? He said no, because can't no two bulldigger women ever lead me anywhere. So it's not hard to believe that a man in the industry like, listen, we got a female director. Are you going to be able to handle this? Now, some of that is for good reason, because you can't go up in there emotional and discombobulated. I'm looking at the Marvels is looking real discombobulated to me, and that has a female director. And can she handle all of the diva-like activity that's going on that stage? Is there a man there to say, hey, y'all need to chill the hell out and get this done? Or is it just a bunch of women about to claw each other's eyes out? So
it really depends on the pros that you're hiring. I've worked with a couple of female directors, and then when absolutely fantastic. Like if you have a pro in front of the camera, somebody that you respect, because immediately that person gives you transmits you a sense of like professionalism, and that she
Right.
knows what she does, and that she loves the craft, that she's passionate for, about shooting movie, not inserting an agenda or anything else. Then it really doesn't matter. The thing is, to a certain sorry, to a certain point, you're right, because sometimes on set it can be really crazy if you like shooting stunt scenes or anything that is major, or a lot of conflicts, a lot of requests, a lot of noise, a lot of trouble. Sometimes it's good and healthy to have at least like an assistant director who's like a voice, who really kind of is broadly respected, also with his physical appearance and the way he kind of streams out, right? That is of course it's helpful, so you keep the set in place. But usually if you work with great pros, you don't need that. The thing is, what happens with the metrical approach, right? If we are the patrical approach, let's call this the metrical approach. So metrical approach of doing things. And I've been working in big companies that were run like mostly like in executive positions by women. That doesn't mean that those companies are run in a better or smoother way, because it's different. It's different. What happens when you have like an over feminine type of structure? What happens is, women, they have a different way of communicating, of looking at each other, they are scanning each other way more than we do. They are judging and picking out details way more than men do. And so what happens is there's a lot of secondary and third language and communication going on that is not necessarily helpful for the creative endeavor.
Right.
And that at times can wear you out, because you all have to kind of look through all these intellectual kind of strings and what is going on, and instead of just doing the work and just fucking sometimes also being rude and harsh, but get things going instead of always like sit down and making it heavy and overly structured. If
You're
you get
so
my
right.
right,
Bro,
You're so
Atreus, I gotta say, that thumbnail you made for your most recent video is real disrespectful, but it's so good.
Oh, you mean Seth Rogen?
It's so good, bro. This is a thumbnail. This is quality shit right here.
You're a genius.
I had to say, bro, that is some
God.
next level fucking disrespect. I can appreciate that. I just had to throw that
Oh
out.
my goodness.
I was
Now that I'm
browsing while
looking
you
at it,
guys
I'm
were
like,
talking,
wow.
and I'm like, damn, bro, you made him naked, crying, feminine looking, baited him with the word, said he was soft, like put him in Brokeback Mountain.
But this
Like, come on,
perfectly fits. A metrical system needs the man to be weak. So the man needs to get exposed all the time for being weak, for being better, for being complaining, for being, in the submissive position instead of being strong and fierceful and frightful. Also, his body appearance needs to be, different. So the metrical system wants the man to be a whining, goofy type of, more for the comedic aspect of making fun of him and unload everything that's wrong with society and project it onto him.
I'm so glad you said that. Remember that debate between Kathy Griffin and Jordan Peterson, where they talked about making the workspace more habitable for women, and he said, there's nothing that says that it works. Well, this is them trying to do it live. Yeah. They're trying to do it live. They're trying to make it more feminine, and so women can thrive better in it. And the results.
Yeah.
No, I agree. We got
this is a drawing.
More artwork. Okay.
Wow.
What
the hell
is it? Upside down or
it doesn't even matter what it is.
What is it, Coach?
It's a hand. I see a hand.
It is.
I thought that was a chicken.
I was about to say I see a chicken. I see a hand.
I see a chicken. Coach, what happened?
A rooster? It's a rooster. Ah, yeah.
Oh,
that shit had me really thinking.
It's a
second.
giant rooster.
But that's what art is supposed to do.
But that's a hand as well. I don't know what happened to me.
Wait a minute. Is that a giant rooster pulling out a hand?
Did you design the bosses for Wolong? I mean, not Wolong. Wolong Fallen Dynasty, because
I got my ass kicked, man.
He was the concept
what?
artist, secret one.
Let me call the super chat real quick. Critical Anime for $1.99 says, "I am now a double bigot. Ha! Feel the power." Yes. There you go. I like
Well,
that.
there you go.
Feel it.
I like that.
Dude, I was wondering, do you what other topics do we have after this? Because I really was wondering if we could like just quickly cover the fucking Warner Brothers pile of shit that's steaming right now with the theories behind their movies for
You wanna
Middle
hurt,
Earth.
you wanna hurt me,
What-
right?
what
You
theories?
really
Yeah,
gonna-
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
theories?
No, like the possible predictions. Because I
Thank
saw
you,
an
man.
article from CBR that's going to make a great thumbnail for video that will come out in a few days. But
Talking
it's
about
that
for the Lord of the Rings movies.
yeah, it's an article that literally was like possible 5 Lord of the Rings stories that could be told. It's like some bullshit like that from like Warner Brothers.
Yeah, send me the link. Did you link it
Yeah,
already?
yeah.
Like-
No, I got to look up real quick. You guys keep talking. I'll find it.
All
Real
right,
What
put
is
it
quick.
the
in
problem
private
in just
chat.
calling Peter Jackson? What is the problem in just calling him?
But apparently
Alfred?
he is going to be involved, Coach. But
Yeah,
I don't
but-
know what level. I don't
To
know.
what level? I mean, it's not about the involvement, it's about the freedom. It's not what he does it's how
Right.
he is supposed to do it. If
Right.
they restrain him so fucking hardcore, because he even said it like in 2001, man. That was like 22 years ago. He said they wanted to, restrain us from all sorts of angles, they tried to insert American casting agent. They wanted the lore to look
I sent the
more international, make it more cosmopolitan, even like back in 2000. So I'm wondering what type of freedom he will enjoy and what kind of real decisions he can make.
Right. So I should probably tell you
CBR.com.
right now that the 5 predictions I have that will come out in a video soon are way much better than the shit they're coming up with.
What are they
already a
talking
given.
about? Diversity and stuff? Like,
No,
what is
no,
this?
they're just
CBR?
saying they're just giving like their possible stories or movies that Warner Brothers could make in regards to like just Middle Earth stories that can be covered by the rights that they have access to, which is basically the Lord of the Rings books and their appendices, and the Hobbit books and their appendices as well.
Aren't they doing a Tom Bombadil musical?
Mhm.
I mean, if it's a musical, what?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
didn't
I
know
mean-
about that?
I have not heard about a fucking
Oh,
Tom
come
Bombadil
on,
musical.
bro. What?
Nah, dude. Look. I look for the serious crap, not that kind of shit. I mean, Tom Bombadil and everything, lovable guy and whatever. But Jesus Christ, no.
Yeah, apparently
why
they're
would I
going
want
to be
to use-
doing a Tom Bombadil musical.
Oh yes, Bombadillo. Yeah.
I mean, granted, he was singing in the books, but
Yeah, it's true, but how do you make a whole musical out of that? That's my question.
you could, I guess,
Yeah.
if your wish was really like to pursue something truthful to the lore of Tolkien and kind of to find a goofy niche where you can place Tom Bombadil in a musical context. Maybe you could do something out of it, but
Yeah.
I'm afraid it's gonna be
Yeah.
just.
I know. See, that's literally me right now, Coach. Okay, like I'm just.
I mean,
but,
it's great for us.
look.
We will have a couple of Saturdays where
Oh,
we
yeah.
laugh. But,
Oh,
my
fuck
God.
off! No, not James
yes.
Corden.
That was
Fuck
the
Tom
problem.
no.
Bombadil, a music
Because
set
he
in Middle
did the
Earth is in the
karaoke
works
show
at
in
Warner
the car,
Bros.
right? So the
With
guy
James
who did the
Corden.
karaoke show in the car now gets to play Tom Bombadil. Yeah, it
Oh
makes pretty
man,
sense.
no, dude, no. Please tell me.
Yeah, man.
God, no,
Look at this.
Guarantee they make Tom non-binary.
bro.
It's a
No.
shame.
Oh yeah. A fucking like possible primordial spirit that takes the shape of a man and has a wife. Yeah, fucking non-binary guys.
Oh, 100%.
He fucks around. He fucks every animal. Let's make some bestiality shit just for the hell of it.
Listen,
Fuck
man,
off with these people.
I'm telling you, it's gonna
I love you,
happen.
man.
He's gonna be. I think it'll be even
Yes.
better if they make him gay. And they're gonna. wait. And I got
At
one
this
even better for
point-
you.
At this
I
point,
I got one
you-
even
you-
better for you. They're gonna
Yes.
make him gay, and then you're gonna see articles from the director talking about how there was always hints to
Yes.
Bombadil being gay because the way he
Yes.
danced,
Oh
the way he
dancing,
the
no.
way he frolicked. They're gonna talk about the
Right.
hints. The hints were always there, guys.
And
Yes,
his
The hints
wife
were
was
always
just a
there.
beard. Fucking his wife was just like there for appearances.
Exactly. So remember,
Goldberry,
the hints-
like just she's just that side chick that's just there to make sure nothing goes wrong. But
that shit drives me crazy, man. When they start
yeah.
talking about the hints were always there. Like whenever it
Oh,
doesn't matter what the IP
they're
is, they always say
projecting
the
their
hints were
fucking
always there.
toxic agenda onto
Dude,
all the things and
look,
trying to
look.
make something an argument for it. It's
Like, can you
ridiculous.
pull up that CBR article again?
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
to-
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Look, I love the first one that they talk about when it comes to like the first prediction. I'm not gonna lie, they hit it in the nail, but they're doing. Did you notice the way they titled it? No, it's the first one that says Galat. Scroll up a little bit. There you go.
They're
Yeah,
in the War of the Ring.
yeah. So just look at their wording. They said Galadriel during the War of the Ring when they should have actually said the battle under the trees. It's literally like they only focus on the female character and what she did, yet they forget that they're mentioning here that that after a couple of battles, the elves of Lothlorien go to destroy Dol Guldur and take it over, and then Galadriel just destroys it completely with her ring of power. But they don't mention the fact that the people responsible, or the person responsible for repelling the orc attacks on Lothlorien, was her husband Celeborn. They sure as hell don't mention it at all.
Think they're gonna give
Because
a shit about the husband, bro?
Bro, they fucking just like destroyed him. They just
They
disappeared.
killed
in the
him off
Rings of
screen for the
Power.
entire first fucking season, and then only towards the end they're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, he's kind of
Oh.
alive. He's kind of alive, sort of."
No, and and then of course, the second thing they go towards is Gandalf. For fuck's sake,
Of
leave
course,
Gandalf
man.
alone.
Oh,
He
they love
already does
Gandalf.
enough in his story arcs. Like nobody gives a shit about what he did before. Okay,
Yeah.
now
That's
this
the only
one,
way they can insert.
Do you
Yeah.
guys think the Stranger is still Gandalf?
yes,
Yeah.
and you know
Remember
why I'm
that
going
was
to
the
tell
whole
you.
thing?
Why not?
I'm going to tell you why I think he's the stranger is because they're lazy, and by his mannerisms, the way he talked with the Hobbit,
Yes.
with the Hobbit Nori, and the words he said, that they sound exactly like what Gandalf would say when talking to the hobbits in the original trilogy and the Hobbit trilogy. It is Gandalf.
Yeah, he said
They're
the same
basically
words,
like
word for word.
yeah, they're sniping away Saruman's like little backstory where he goes on his own little journey in the Second Age before shit hits the fan, and they're just giving
Mhm.
it to Gandalf because they don't know what
Mhm.
the hell to do with him. They know they need him
Hey,
there.
there you are, buddy.
Hello,
Hey,
Mr.
man.
You are. See, I
He's
knew
your
you were- I-
cousin.
I knew you were gonna have a
Yes.
time to shine.
Look at that. I'm burning Bigot Town.
This should be your
Listen,
profile picture.
I mean,
That
sorry,
would
I'm
be
burning Woke Town, not Bigot Town.
That's
But yeah,
even
no,
nice.
Please don't burn Bigot Town.
No, not Bigot Town. Sorry, I mistook it for a second. But no, they are trying to now the first one I think that will work 100% is the Rise of the Witch King. That one I can see it happening, but it will take as I mentioned in the video I'm working on, it'll take a lot of work because it's hard to adapt that. Like it's
Mhm.
basically imagine
You have to really
You
know
have-
what you're talking about.
no,
Mhm.
that.
you have to know what you're talking about. But here's the thing: you have a bunch of references in the appendices and also throughout the story where older characters mention these events, which in what basically accumulates to a 600-year period where
Right.
the Witch King just manipulates a certain kingdom out of the three of Arnor
Right.
and is able to like control that kingdom and get traitors to join his ranks
Right.
quite easily and take over that kingdom and kill
Right.
the King of Rudauer, basically. And then after that, it's like 500 something years of
Of
just
rulership, of building
pure,
up the city. Yes.
yeah, it's just like 500 years of just pure warfare
Yes.
where
and evil.
they cut around time a lot, where it's like, oh, now it's 541 years ago. Oh, now we're up to like 100 years later. And this new guy, he's a Numenorian king. You never known him, but he's the new king, guys. There's Elrond and Círdan. They're doing something to push back the Witch King. Oh, the Witch King killed someone else, took over someone else.
Dragon. In the end,
Yeah.
if you really respect Tolkien,
Yeah.
and if you really dedicated to the task to create,
It is possible,
like,
yeah.
it is possible.
It is
you
possible,
can pick
but
out
it
like
takes
a
work,
tiny.
coach.
Of course,
It takes work
fucking
and
work.
dedication
You
and
need to break
passion.
it down thoroughly and to do your fucking
Yes.
research. And
No,
like
but
Jackson did. I think that type of environment, what he did there with Weta down there in New Zealand, was incredible, man.
no, you're right.
I
And
knew people involved in that. It's like that type of chain production and still, like, you know, keeping the integrity and the intimacy of the canon and the lore is just unmatched.
no, yeah,
Yeah.
and I understand what you're saying. At the end of the day, I do agree that Peter Jackson will probably be involved in these films, but it's something that I'm thinking about, which I don't know, is I guess is a vastly different opinion, and that is that I want him to be involved, but I also want him to like foster the new generation of people that could potentially adapt films
Right,
in the
right.
same passionate matter like he does. I just don't
I
want
agree
it to
with
be
that one.
that. Like I
You
don't
know,
want it to be like case where people are like, oh, no good Middle Earth adaptation can exist unless Peter Jackson, Fran Walsh, and Philippa
No,
Boyens are
no.
involved. No,
Right,
I want
of
more
course. Yes.
passionate people involved that do
Gentlemen,
the same thing.
I have to hit Velma with a car.
Go ahead, hit her with a car, hit the bitch.
I have to pull up the video here. Hold on, give me 1 second. It's time to hit Velma with a car, ladies and gentlemen. We hit 130 likes. Good job, everybody. Much love. It's gonna be Mindy Kaling because it's a funnier video. I don't care.
It's fantastic.
Bitch.
What the
I
fuck?
still
Yeah.
think he should have did something like showed Mindy Kaling crying or something. I think that would have been great.
I mean, like at the time, you just said, "Oh, just do the same thing, but put her face on it." Yeah, that's like he put me on the spot with that one. He's just like, "Oh yeah, could you make one of those? Just put her face on it." And I had to like quickly scramble.
Oh my god, I have
for
an
a
idea.
face.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
That sounds good,
Oh my
boss.
Oh
God.
shit!
Can
What
you
is he?
sounds
put
good.
Angry Joe's face on Velma?
Wow.
And we'll just
Oh,
hit.
God.
No,
We'll
he
hit
doesn't.
Angry,
Do you think
we'll
he
hit,
deserves? Yeah,
we'll
Bro,
yeah.
hit
I have
Angry
to,
Joe
like-
with a car, but Ripper has to be the one driving it.
Oh Jesus! I'm gonna have to.
If you
like,
post that on Twitter,
Yeah.
that'll go viral. I swear to God, it really would.
Yeah.
I'll post it. I'll take the likes. I don't care. If
I
you don't
mean,
want it.
No, I mean, I'll do it. I don't give a shit. I already posted the GIF of the GIF I made on Twitter.
But it's not
Okay.
the same. It's not
I
the
know, I
same
know.
as
Not the
hitting
same.
Joe with a car.
He's right.
I mean,
He's
okay,
right. You
shit,
know he's
fine.
right.
Oh,
God
and try
damn
to
it,
find a
I
way.
realized
You think you're good enough to like find a way to put Isom on the car, like somehow, some way?
And please hurry up.
It's the same thing as I do with everyone
Coach
else.
said,
I'll just
"Please
put his,
hurry
I'll
up."
just put his
Please-
face
please
in
hurry
there.
up.
It's
Coach
way,
is
it's
cracking the
colorful.
whip. Coach is cracking the whip. All right, I'm gonna hit it one more time.
But yeah,
What are you gonna do about that?
yeah.
Can we watch
mean,
it in
look.
slow mo? Where is it?
Uh,
I have such a better computer now. Oh, it's so smooth now.
I'm gonna have to employ Dragon Slayer services.
Yes,
Uh,
we all do.
oh, bro, dude, like that
good.
one. I didn't know the motion capture messed up like bad. Like I just realized like my fucking mind is just noticing the cuts, and I'm like, shit. Like when I was doing it quick, I was like, oh, it looks good. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
I don't know why it just messed up.
her head
I was like-
went flying. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? Like,
Oh, I love
yeah.
it.
I
My
don't know. Like
computer's
when I
so much
did the whole
better. It's
frame
great.
thing, it just like works smooth. But here it's like, oh no, it's all chopped up.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, I
it's all
mean-
good. You did a good job. You did a good job. It flows.
Yeah.
It flows. That's all that matters. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like based off the speed or something. Yeah, you can't tell when it plays. That's correct. But yeah, it's true. But yeah,
Hello.
I think so. Let
Go
me
ahead.
chime in really quick. So this let me bring it up. Where is it at? Right here. So with the whole, I think this might be their best bet. You know, if they go with their identity politics route, I think
Oh,
this would be
God,
their
no.
best bet. No, truthfully, because the fourth age really hasn't been explored that much. Tolkien was doing a sequel, I believe, and he never actually finished it.
no, it's like 30 pages or something.
What was it called?
What, 300 words.
The new shadow, right? Or
The
something
new
like that?
shadow. Yeah.
The new shadow.
So he never
Yeah.
finished it. So I mean, there's so much untapped shit in the fourth age. Obviously, I mean, Aragorn was what 100 years a ruler, 100, I think, around there.
Let
Like
me.
around
I'll look
100
it up
years.
for you, but I think like
I think he was around 100 years before his son succeeded him. I'm pretty sure. But the thing is, like, there's so much in there that you can.
122.
Okay, fair enough. So
122 years. Yes.
there's so much in there that you can fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And you won't necessarily get yelled at aside from the obvious identity politics stuff because nothing's really canon. So it's like if you want to make up your own shit, the fourth age would be the best place to do it because you'll be able to have full rights to basically everything that happened before it. You can talk about literally anything. You can inject your identity politics because nothing technically exists in canon for the most part, and that would be your way to do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? I think the fourth age
Yeah,
would be
but
the way to pull it off, but that doesn't give you the clout. That's the thing. So
no,
like,
yeah,
it doesn't give you the clout. The clout is in the third age, right? From
yeah.
from a normie standpoint, everybody knows the third age storyline. If you want to
Well,
talk
the
about
main
the
event
second,
one.
yeah, the main event one. If you want to talk about the second age and the first age and the fourth age, nobody really knows about that stuff on a grand scale unless you are a Tolkien fan. But the third age is where the cloud is at. So that's why they are injecting so much third age stuff into the Rings of Power, even though it's not supposed to happen yet, like the Balrog, for example. And it's just, I don't know, man. I feel like
Look,
you
I'll
could
tell
have
you.
the easy way out, but they never choose to go the easy way out because the easy way
No.
out will not give them the fame that they're looking for
No,
with
and
the IPs they're trying to adapt. Anyway,
uh-huh. No, you're right. You're right. And I think go up for a second. I think just to see the third. No, not the dragons. That's never going to happen.
You just want to see yourself again. So
No.
we need to see ourselves. Good.
Yes, I need to see myself destroying a town. Okay, in order to identify with this character.
Yeah, I really think that I thought
needs to be an evil fuck
Latinx
too.
I thought Latin, and I still do. I think Latinx is the term that I just can't. I will immediately
one.
slap someone that uses Latinx.
Yeah,
I really don't care. He could be a 6 foot tall fucking dude, and I know I will probably lose, and I'm still gonna slap you just because I can't. Latinx is like, how are you that insulting, right?
No,
you're using an English term to try to genderize Latinos. Like
It's
anyway,
insulting to the language
Imagine trying
itself.
to force that on a whole culture that never asked for it.
Bro, it's wild.
Right.
It is wild. It's
and
wild.
claiming that is a success and
And
claiming
then
that
calling them
you're-
racist if they don't accept it.
Exactly.
Oh,
and Angry
right?
Joe was one of those people, but I mean that's besides the point.
Hold up.
No.
Let's just give it a moment of silence
Yeah,
for
and
how fucking outrageous that is.
It is.
Yeah,
and he's a
true.
Hispanic too, which even makes it more
Right.
crazy. But anyway,
Right.
No,
I was trying to say the Latinx is definitely that term, but I think a close second is needing to see myself. Like that phrase, when I see someone say that, I lose my shit because man, you are that. There's no way you are that simple-minded. There's no way. I refuse. I want to give you more credit than, and this is just a
No.
generic statement to people.
That's a
I want to
mistake.
give you
Yeah.
more. It is
They
a
don't
mistake. I
deserve
know.
that.
I want to give you more credit than to say that you need to see your skin color in order to be into a series
Because
or
they
or a
are
movie.
indoctrinated to
I
say
saw
and
myself
think
in
so.
Goku
man.
a lot.
I saw
No telling
myself
whether
in
or not that
Vegeta
had
a
to do
lot.
with a monkey tail.
I see myself in a Hermione a lot.
Yeah, you just had to go
When I
there.
think about Harry Potter, I think about a Hermione. I'm her. I mean, I see myself as her. Like this is a nerd. She's totally like an introvert. She's loyal to her crew. That's exactly how a woman see. Am I gay? No. Am I a woman? No. Am I not? No. But still.
Are you
to
sure
me-
about these things, Coach?
Yes.
Are you
Sure.
sure about that?
Definitely
No,
sure.
dude. Like I love this
But
comment
Casey,
from
do an
Gavin.
intro quickly. Casey,
Oh,
what's
What's
up?
up, y'all?
Casey.
It's that girl Casey. I'm
Hey.
here. I made it to the best place to be on Saturday. All right, so I have to catch up to what you guys are talking about. I'll be able to catch up though. All right.
We're talking about
What's
seeing
up, man?
ourselves.
Yeah, and what I was gonna say is there's this great comment by Gavin Free where he's like, "This dragon really represents me. As a black man, I identify with this dragon. It is also black."
It is.
It's the greatest thing ever. No, but
He said, "I saw myself in Peter Parker, but not Peter Darker." That is great stuff, man.
I can't.
Holy shit!
Peter Dark.
We have to clip that. We
Wait
have
a
to clip
minute.
that.
That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah, that was
We
great.
have to clip that.
Oh, gee.
That is funny stuff.
Between that and the black people
Oh.
don't fly planes comment, bro. I am sick.
Oh, bro.
Oh yes.
That was like the old one. Like she just left it there.
Is this still in her title? Let me see.
Yes,
yeah,
that's
it's
yes.
from like the
what-
last
yes.
stream.
Yes.
That's
I
great.
was having a conversation tonight with somebody about this whole thing about black people don't fly planes and basically how they're trying to They're trying to end us all with diversity, equity, and inclusion. So yeah, population.
I'm gonna tell you something, and most folks ain't gonna say this out loud, but I think most black people believe this too. If I get on the plane and it's a nigga up there in the cockpit, I'm gonna have some real issues. Hold on, wait a minute, hold on.
What?
I mean,
Like, let's keep it all the way real, right? Yeah.
But see,
y'all
back in
drug
the day,
tested
that
me, right?
wouldn't be a thing because you would think like,
Oh.
all right, he got it on his own merit. Now it's like,
Yeah.
you good? You good? You need
Can you
good,
it's cool
cuz?
sus, man.
Right.
Well, don't you want to see yourself in the pilot? No, I want to see myself landing safely, nigga.
Yeah.
How about we get the pilot?
I want to see
Oh my
myself
God.
to the next
Okay.
destination. That's
Like
that's all
Oh,
that matters.
Jesus.
I told a person, I said, like, seriously, if I get on a plane and be like, oh my gosh, this is our first, diversity, DIE, most inclusive, I'm going to scream, open the door and let me out. I'm dead serious. I will. I'll be like, let me
And
out.
to be clear, it would be the same if it was like a middle-aged white woman too. I need to see an older
Yeah.
white man with that stiff ass hat on his head
Right.
to be safe. I need to see that, and then I'll
Right.
feel safe on that plane.
Right.
Oh my
Because-
God.
I
No,
definitely don't want to
understand
woman
because
pilot.
because whites, they are more psychopathic. I mean, it's just they're like, yes, the rules, the little
Yeah,
switch in the
right,
handles.
right.
There's a little. Look at this. Yeah, I love that.
Especially a woman. And let me
Oh.
just real quick. I know we're kind of deviating from this dragon that is Dragon. Are you seeing yourself in this dragon?
Not anymore.
I feel
Not
I
anymore.
feel extremely represented. I feel the aura of just evil and desire to destroy everything that is stupid with the woke bastards.
right.
You're
And-
self-internalizing hatred because that is a negative
know.
depiction of dragons that shouldn't
I love
be.
it.
I know, like just the eyes, man. Like I have to put on fucking sunglasses so people don't notice the evil eyes, bro.
I got you right now.
So I can sneak in.
Atreus, I got you, bro. I got you right here.
And then
Oh
like,
my god.
oh no, is this real? Y'all lying.
No.
This didn't happen.
Really?
I got you, Atreus.
Yeah.
Now Atreus can see himself. There we go. You can see yourself. We're good. We're good. It's all good, man.
Where did this
It's all
come
good.
from?
They even got the earring, bro. They even got the earring.
But there's no
Nah,
monkey
bro.
tail.
Hold on, I got some better.
Is there
Hold on,
no
let me
monkey
find it.
tail? Oh, come on. This is not. Look, he got the chain,
You know
though.
they're not gonna put a monkey tail
got
on a
the
black
chain. though.
Holy shit, they got the chains on there.
No,
bro.
this is. You see yourself. This is crazy. I love it.
man.
You said you saw yourself in Goku, bro.
This is
Oh,
a crazy world we
no.
live in.
Now the funny thing is though, if a black man did play Goku and he went Super Saiyan, that is how it would look though. His beard would be gold, his hair would be gold. It would be just like that, 100%. It's great, man. I love it. I love this shit.
Burn it all
Fantastic.
Casey, how are you, man?
No,
Oh,
dude, I
this
got
is
better.
fucked up, bro.
Wait, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
This
What
looks
is
like
this?
fucking Guile from Street Fighter, but who the fuck?
Right.
Not the white dude.
No.
Bro, no.
What
no.
is this?
Accepting and assimilating.
This is
Bro,
outrageous.
no.
That's
No,
actually-
hell no.
That's
Dude,
actually kind of cool.
Yeah, that one
Yeah,
is
that-
actually not bad.
that does look good.
But you know what's funny?
He got the Jesus piece on.
Whoever drew this again, like, why is it that we have to draw? And I was gonna bring something else. So I was gonna talk about India's Spider-Man because that shit had me crying. But
No.
why is it that we have to draw diverse characters or specifically black characters with every stereotype imaginable? Like, why can't you just draw a black Goku? Why do you have to give him a chain? And then like also on top, like you got the rings.
Always
you got,
the fucking gold chain.
and you
Right.
got a chain. You
Look,
got
no,
him
but it's a
rocking
Jesus
bro, what is
piece.
this?
Everywhere.
Like,
The pants are hanging low. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
What? You
because
can't
this is
even-
what that's how liberals see black people. This is
Oh, I thought they were gonna
Yeah.
give me Black Gohan for a second. Oh, they did.
oh no.
Oh, what the?
No. You're
Like,
making this
What
shit
hellish hole
I
did
hate
you
it.
button take us to, Hypno?
What
I
is
don't know
this?
how. I don't know how I got here. All
Bro.
I did was Google Black Goku, and now
Extraordinary.
This is
I'm here. This is
Come
Black
on.
Gohan. No.
No. Why they all have that fucking like porn goatee?
And they always
Right.
got the chain, bro. I can't. I'm done with this,
Bro, dude, just show my screen for a second. This is even better. What the hell? There you
What
go.
the Lord of the?
The
Lord
Rang.
of the
Rings,
I can't see
Return
that.
of
Lord of the
King.
Rangs. Oh,
Lord
my
of
the
Rang.
return of the
Yeah.
king.
Make it stop.
This is-
Please, no, please. Put this
This
in
will
the
this
game.
will be the next
Yes.
movie. This will be the next
need
movie.
this.
It's gonna be
Make
the
him
next
all
movie, bro.
No,
fucking
man.
black.
You're
And you know
hurting my
what?
soul.
Make the like the chain that Frodo wears on the ring. Make it like the most flashy shit
Now,
ever.
wait a minute. Hold on now. Wait a minute. Morgan Freeman is Gandalf. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, yeah,
In a world where we could accept a little bit of race swap.
Yes.
I could accept
Morgan Freeman can play anything. That's
Yeah,
the
he can
thing.
play
Like,
anything.
Yeah.
You
Right.
can
He's such
put
a great
white
actor.
man. Like you can put a white man to play Gandalf and then just have him ad lib Morgan Freeman's voiceover. That's fine.
Yeah, seriously, you really can actually. It's quite
yeah.
funny. But again, like I don't. It's so true, man. And obviously, those drawings were some fan or whatever. So it's not
Oh
like
yeah,
anything.
but let's not
anything
forget the
canon.
real one, the
Yeah, the
real
real
bastard that made it through with his fucking perfect fade.
Perfect faded hair, bro.
And
No, man.
capoeira fucking
What
jujitsu
the
moves
fuck,
that
whatever
don't kill
that
shit.
was,
Coach
man.
is like, what the
They
fuck?
they
No,
never even
man,
bothered.
Coach is
like
mad,
watching
he's
this
getting
like
angrier.
was it felt dirty. It felt dirty to me
It
just
does.
even
It
watching
does.
this,
It
but
does.
like
Bro,
it was so
You know who
bad.
wasn't dirty? The women in the show. That's for
Oh,
sure.
yeah,
they were
bro, I'm
always
gonna look up,
clean and tidy and nice. They had no clue
Bro.
about like directing armies or anything, but they were always listened by the man. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's right. Look,
Bro.
she's baking bread.
This
No,
this
dude.
okay. Listen. This the Spideyverse is it should just be recalled the tokenization verse, right? Or token verse, whatever you want to call it, because they come out with some insane shit. Now, here's the thing: Spider-Man India already existed, right? And he looked pretty cool. I mean, he had something going down from the waist down, whatever. I don't know what they call that outfit, but ultimately, he still was a Spider-Man. He looked like it was fine. Like, not all right, whatever. Not a big deal, bro. What? Who drew this shit, bro? Like,
Here
what?
we go.
What the?
It is
What?
that.
And this is real. Like they gave the bro.
What
I
the-
can't even.
Is
This
some
is
African
Miles
ripoff?
Morales Thor level shit. Like what?
This is
Why
Taika
did you give him
Waititi
slick back
going
hair
comic.
on top of his suit?
Is
And
that
not
some
only
Right.
that-
How did that
goddamn
even
wig?
happen?
I don't know.
I don't
And
even
then
know what cultural
they gave
background
him-
this is
they
trying to
gave
tell
him
me.
Diamond,
This is
a
like
diamond on his
Oriental.
forehead, which is wild to me.
This is Indian, of course, but then
Wakanda forever / New Zealand
Namor,
Islander
New Zealand,
African
Sri
heritage.
Lanka.
I don't know.
Jamaica.
Bro,
I have
don't-
no idea what
So-
is.
What is
It's
this? gonna-
wet shooter fire.
This is-
He looks like after he saves you, he comes up to you and says, "Debit or credit?"
Yeah.
Yes,
I feel
how-
like the only thing he's missing to be full stereotype is a headset. That's it. That's the only thing he's
Right.
missing.
You
And then he's full on,
asking-
he's full on
Yeah,
spam
yeah,
puller.
Debit or credit?
This guy said Vegeta Parker.
Okay, y'all are fucking- Wait,
That's great stuff. That is
like
great stuff.
you see what they do? You see, it's so comical that we can't even.
It is right. It's not
It just
right. You're right. It's so comical. You can't even take this. I mean, what is this?
like it doesn't even deserve. It's just
No, you're
it-
right.
You
It
made
doesn't
Atreus
even-
walk off, chat. Damn it. He's gone. Oh, he's back.
So what is this supposed to be in the new
Oh,
Spider-Man
God.
coming out?
The new Spideyverse movie, yeah, it's supposed to be. It's
Oh,
supposed
God.
to be. Like, they're always adding like diverse bullshit in the Spideyverse, and
You can't
and
even
this
like
is-
tell.
But okay,
Right.
let me see if I can find the picture of the original Spider-Man India to show the vast difference between the two, because it's really insulting. Hold on, I have it actually. I have it right here. Yeah, let me make it bigger. Okay, let me show you guys what the actual like Spider-Man India looked like, which is not that bad. I think that's pretty cool, for the most part. Like this is the original Spider-Man India. So again,
Right,
they
like-
had
It looks okay. It looks good.
I can
Yeah,
deal
it
with
looks-
that.
it looks fine.
Right.
It looks passable. Yeah, it looks good.
Mhm.
Why would you go from that to what we just saw? Like
It's-
this is more than diverse. Bro, I don't know.
It
Anyway,
needs
go
a lot of rainbows, Hypno. Okay, just
Mhm.
know every time we're doing these artworks, they need a ton of fucking rainbow
We
colors.
love
in there.
rainbows over here.
Yes, a lot of
In
rainbows.
Rajasthan, we love rainbows.
It is like
It's
Don't worry,
beautiful.
he's not a wussy. He
Not a
still
little
will kill you with his hummus web shooter. Okay.
After
And
driving
don't
there with
worry,
the
it is
Uber.
all haram.
I can't. I don't know. I don't know why they gave him hair, bro. Like that. I think that's the most insulting thing.
Yeah, like, and then, but you
This
know,
is some
it,
Bollywood shit.
there you go. And so it's just making caricatures of the people. You know what I mean? Like it's caricatures, like just cartoon of a real culture. You know, like it's offensive, but they think like we got it. Listen, hey, somebody came and was like, no, we're gonna make a real Indian Spider-Man.
Oh
like,
yeah,
no, please don't. Like keep the one you
that's
had
how their
on.
culture department feels. Think about that. The people that are telling them this is completely fine, it's their cultural research departments.
Who went to
Departments,
school
I
to do
mean.
this.
Yeah. Think on that. That is how crazy this shit is. Like their cultural research departments are just going like, yeah, this design completely good. It will be so relatable to the culture we are trying to target. Oh yeah, we're gonna make so much cash.
Well,
Oh yes, so
apparently an
much
Indian
moolah,
person did
baby.
draw this. Apparently, an Indian person
Yeah,
and I
I
think a
mean-
white person
Oh.
drew this.
Oh,
together.
I mean,
You
you
always
can
have
tell
to
by
sell
But
out
like,
after
your
Mindy
community
Kaling,
somewhere.
that might not mean much because
Yeah.
That's true. That's
You're
true.
Always a sellout somewhere. You can pay anybody enough to be like, oh,
the man has
Oh,
a
if,
point.
if it's
yeah.
an Indian person who's trying their best to please, you know what I'm saying, the liberal. Wait a minute, let me not get canceled today.
Oh no, dude.
They want
not get canceled.
they
You're
want me
not
to
gonna
play
get
this on
canceled.
screen. They want the bigot army wants me to play this, so this is probably gonna be good.
Oh god, what?
Oh, dear.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
Popo. FCC regulations. I replaced the former racially insensitive Mr. Popo. Today I bring you wonderful news. Okay, I'll buy it. What the hell is this? Oh, hello, my crass counterpart. I am Blue Popo, and I... No. Pardon, prepare to be assimilated. Whatever do you mean? Oh no! No!
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Hello.
That is great shit.
Tommy.
I see.
That's exactly how it should work. Fucking Blue Popo. That was so disrespectful.
I'm dead, bro. Like my willpower died when I saw that. Oh Jesus, that is. Oh god, bro. I
Racially
need
diverse
like
stream.
we need more of these kinds of memes. Like just more of the stupid crap, bro. We need to call this stupid crap out wherever wherever it comes because if we don't, it's gonna get worse. You know, people are not gonna get aware of it.
I agree with this. If you're gonna give a fucking India Spider-Man slick back hair, just give him a turban.
Urban, yeah.
Just give him a turban.
Just
You
give
know
him a turban
what?
for
While
real.
you're at it, just make a Middle Eastern Spider-Man as well. Make sure that you know he's spamming the word haram every 500 seconds. Yeah, haram, and then and then also make sure he gets extremely violent when he comes into contact with anything related to pork or any pork-related jokes made on him.
And you know what's
Okay.
crazy? I think they actually in the story he works like at a center. I'm not even kidding. I'm gonna look that up.
What?
Yeah, I think
Wait, what?
Nah, come on,
I-
man.
I'm
I'm
such
not
a
even
loser. I'm like,
kidding.
what kind of center?
What? Wait, what
like
kind
a,
of center?
like a telemarketer center.
Oh my god,
No, I'm serious.
bro!
I'm serious. I'm not joking. I know. I
Now
read
y'all
that.
got
That
me
nigga let out my tab, yo. Right.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
so
He-
ignorant.
He
Let me
calls
just
people
try to
about
make
their
it
extended warranty. You know?
How can I help you today with your car warranty?
Y'all
Oh,
are
yes.
bringing back a lot of trauma right now. Right?
Oh shit!
Internalized trauma.
We weren't trying. That internalized bigotry is
Oh
coming
my
out.
god.
They be like,
As soon as I hear that voice, you know how many times I
I
hang
know.
up? Let me get somebody that's American. So I can help you if you just be a little patient. I'm like, come on,
He's
man.
just being
and then they
patient.
always, God bless them, they always give them American names. They're like, hello, this is Hannah from
No, the
T-Mobile.
fuck
How
it
can
is
I-
not.
and
No,
I be like,
the fuck it is
"Hey,
not.
man,
This stream is so
Damn,
canceled. This stream is beyond
Oh,
canceled.
yeah.
Between the angry Joe shit
Yeah.
and,
Yeah, we're
now we
It's
delved.
so done.
But at least we saved it to later in the stream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube
You'll-
turns
you'll-
off their
Not gonna show him,
policing after like an hour. So
You'll get at least 25 cents out of the $1,000 this can make.
Oh, yeah.
YouTube is like this right now.
I mean, we could definitely do
Nice.
worse. We could like pull.
Ooh, he made a
just did
Balrog
that.
drawing.
He just did that
Yeah.
at this
Yeah, he
moment.
did
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yes, at this
Oh
moment.
my
yeah.
And it's
God,
not
yeah.
even fully colored. He does the coloring later on. Like throughout the streams, you get to
That's
see
how
the
YouTube wants
upgrades.
to have
Oh,
us, right? You
absolutely
shall
crazy
not
that he would do
pass.
that.
I'm trying to find where I saw that he.
And
was
he's
in
been
a-
laughing 80% of the time. How do you laugh and draw at the same time?
I
This
know,
is the
it-
best way, man.
I don't
because you
know, he
Relax. You just
It gives him inspiration. Look,
Right.
don't ask what the coach does. Just accept. Just
He
accept it
he
as a
literally
random
just
character.
laughed up a masterpiece. That's crazy.
Yeah. No, dude,
that's
look,
a piece, man. But it's just great hanging around with you guys. You animate me too.
No, dude. With me and Coach, don't ask how he can make masterpieces with artwork while just doing other shit at the same time, and don't ask how I can just
Right,
make
man,
some
you're
crazy edits like
fast.
that. We're just paradoxes. People just accept that we're paradoxes, and
Let's be paradoxes.
it's just
Let's
it's just
all
how
be
it is.
Paradoxes. I like that.
Yeah. And Will the fans, whenever he decides to come back from finishing his
No, he's on a
work
mission.
when he finishes his mission with Bob the Builder in the Philippines, he will he likes to make crazy thumbnails and memes like in the Flash. Like he
Oh,
does
yeah.
that fast.
He's been gone for quite a few episodes. Now that I think
Yeah.
about it, it's a few weeks now. But I mean,
Yeah.
life is rough when you buy your own island. You know,
Yes.
it's crazy stuff.
Is
You
he
could buy
playing
the
Bob and
island, but you
Pepsi?
couldn't
I
buy
don't know.
AC to cool your studio, so you don't die when you're filming with us. Will, that's all right. It's all right. I'm not taking it. I'm
just
not taking
just
it
grab a
personal.
cheap
No.
fan, Will. Just point it at your damn computer so it cools. Come on.
It'll be all on the microphone too.
Yeah, resourcefulness.
Right. I cannot find where I saw that he's in a call center, man. I saw it earlier, and I saw it after I filmed the video, which makes me even sadder. But I'll find it, and I'll definitely post it on Twitter or something. I'll find it.
By the way, what were we talking about again? I totally forgot what we were talking
I don't know.
about.
That's
Let me call
called
out this
authentic conversation.
Yeah, but like we need a pickup point. Like after we
pickup
drift
point is
off.
calling out
Like
this
a lot of
super
things.
chat.
We
KRG
forgot.
$5 says, didn't they race
Oh.
swap Flash Thompson in the Tom Holland movies, but no one can complain because he had white energy? What is white energy?
I don't know what the white energy means, but I think
Is
overall
that a
people
black
complain
person
that
acting
it's
all
good
white
content.
when it looks weird? I don't
guess.
know.
I
I
guess.
don't know
Black
either.
person.
So some black characters in some Tyler Perry Medea movies. That's all I can think of.
Is it?
I mean, it's-
I really don't know.
oh, I don't know, man. Look, all I'm saying. Oh yeah, you guys saw that clip from that Friday Night Tights stream that they had to like
Oh,
suddenly
yeah.
stop because that.
I
Should
was
we
hoping
really
to
want to
talk
go
about that.
there?
That
I
was
mean, I
crazy
don't
shit.
know. I mean,
No,
what
no,
I
are
didn't
we-
see it, but I heard
Listen,
about
we
it.
could definitely talk about it. I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't know what
I
happened.
don't care.
Oh.
It's pretty straightforward. I mean, the guy
Yeah,
they had a guest on, and he was he's a extreme guest. He's definitely more on the political avenue. Not he hates nerds. He hates it's honestly it's a little weird that guest
created the Proud
and-
Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he created the Proud Boys. He hates nerd culture. He hates all that stuff, and he was on Friday Night Tights. So I think it's like, I don't know why that went down. Like, why would you add a guest that is very against? But I know they wanted to like
principles,
spread
yeah.
they wanted to spread their wings, right? They wanted to try something different. And then he ended up like at some point in the stream. I didn't get to watch the episode. I saw the clip after, but at some point in the stream, he pulls out a stunt where basically he stands up and pretends like he's pissing on the table, but it's actually like a fake dick. It's not real, but it looked
Yeah.
real.
It
Everybody
really
saw
did.
everybody saw it too. So the stream got taken down because of it, and yeah, that's basically it, man.
Yeah, and like
That was
it's
sad.
obvious that no one on that panel
No.
was expecting that. I think
No.
like Black Garrett, I don't know if he knew about it or if he just like,
Everybody uncomfortably like laughed. I understand
Wow.
the people who hate Nerdrotic, they're like, oh, look at these fascists. They're laughing at this. There's kids watching this show. It's like, nah, bro. There's such a thing called nervous laughter, and that is like that is
Yeah.
like the exact situation of like, holy shit,
I
did this
totally
really
agree.
did this really
That
go
was
down?
Yes.
And they all kind of like, oh, who is it? What's her name? X-Ray Girl. X-Ray Girl was I think her
Oh,
face said
yeah.
it all. She was just
Yes.
she covered
Yeah.
her face. She
She was like,
shocked as hell. She couldn't believe
why?
it.
even Chrissy didn't expect that.
I feel like they should
that's
have called him
insane.
out though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would have
Yeah,
called
again,
him out.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
understand. They were calling him out all stream though. I believe, like I said, I didn't get to watch it, but from what I hear,
I didn't either. I heard about it.
Jeremy was going against Gavin quite a bit, in the stream. Which whatever, it's fine. Like
Well, yeah, Jeremy
I
is
get
serious
the
about what he
idea.
does.
I get the
So
idea, right? Like I get the idea that you were trying to spread your wings and have a guest on there that changes things up, right? Like don't do the same thing over and over and over again.
Steers a bit up the program. Yeah, whatever. It's okay.
But that's a real big change. You know, like Gavin is just you got someone who's not even anywhere into the space. I think Atreus just saw the video probably. His face.
He must have did because
yeah,
his
he
face
must
is
have.
like he's like, oh
He
my
says everything.
God. Right. So I have no.
Are you sure that was fake?
Yeah.
I
So
know-
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
they're saying.
They're
You
saying,
know,
but that shit was
because
look
I
real.
watched-
Like I saw the fucking pants. Like the pants are obviously down. Like you
Yeah.
can see the border, the section where you can tell the pants are
Probably
down.
we hope it's fake. Probably
Well,
we
I
didn't.
watched-
Well, we hope it's fake.
yeah, obviously
but
I'm gonna give him
still,
the
like-
benefit of the doubt and say it was fake, of course, but
Oh yeah.
it definitely was not planned, and it was
Yeah,
super
definitely.
super shocking. Which listen, man, he is that kind of creator. He's that kind of guy. He's that kind of like they should have known that he was pretty extreme, but I don't think you can assume that someone would do something like that. You know what I mean? And I feel like he did it because he really does hate nerd culture, though. He hates everything about it, and I feel like he would definitely do that purposely to try to bring the stream down or even the channel down for that matter.
What was the
But-
spin? I wasn't watching this particular episode. What was the spin, like the angle of presenting such a person and welcoming into the panel? Was it to have like
have a discussion, I guess. You know what I mean? Like,
discussion?
I think that's
Mhm.
what it was. But I
Yeah.
didn't know him to be that bad. I listened to Nerdrotic talk about it today on the Aftermath show or whatever. And like and it when I heard that he did that, I've watched some of his clips on. He's not allowed to have, I think he's banned off of YouTube like indefinitely, but like somebody like uploads some of his clips from whatever his show is or
Rumble, I
whatever.
think.
Huh?
I think it's on Rumble.
Yeah. He's on Rumble, and he was never that bad. They called him extreme because the whole like man thing and like Trump and he's a Republican. It was around that time and everything. But when I heard that he did that, I was like, oh man, you're hating on the whole stream right now because it makes me feel like what are you mad that you can't be on
Yes.
YouTube or something, like, because why would you do that to
Right.
them? Like they're so, I don't know, like we're all having this side of the aisle or whatever is civilized people who will have dialogue with anybody, even people who say I don't like nerd culture or whatever, and we would be like, well, it doesn't matter because culture, entertainment is bleeding into it's all connected. So
Yes.
that's why it's important. And the left realized that long time ago, and that's why they have so much control over it, right? But
Earlier in the stream, I think it was Atreus who said
She said the exact same thing.
we were talking about it before. We literally word for word. God, what did you say, man? You were like,
Basically, the people with conservative mindsets lost control. Well, not really
Right.
control, but
they think it's weird, right?
they think everything that isn't damn near the Bible is weird and demonic, and so they allowed the liberals to take control of Hollywood and everything else, the gaming industry, books, everything. So if you have any sort of conservative mindset in you, you can't get a job anywhere, or you're going to lose your job. And now they have control over our culture.
Right. But here's the thing, right? Like, dig this. I am kind of that person who thinks that the devil is in everything, right?
Oh, shit.
But
Oh, shit.
Fuck,
like,
I shouldn't have made my
You know,
character a
but-
dragon. God
what
damn it.
time? You know what?
Well, hell, now I'm
But
sorry,
this-
but taken straight out of Bobby Boucher's
No,
mama.
but
No,
I am
but
the devil.
You're a
apparently.
dragon slave. If you're a demonic, I don't know what the fuck I am.
no, but
Alright.
no.
Well,
know,
you
there's
are
a balance.
interdimensional demon, okay? Just
So-
accept it.
Yeah,
So,
Casey,
look,
explain yourself. Go ahead.
the point I'm making is like, yeah, like I'm sorry, I do see like the symbolism in a lot of what they do, right? But there's there's a balance to everything. I'm not gonna go on and complain about every single thing because I know that I don't expect much from leftist entertainment, right? But at the same time, you never know. But sounds like a good time actually.
No,
But
I'm completely
while-
with you.
While there's a balance to that, like to know what they're doing, right? So then you realize that everything is set up by design, even like how they race swap in and non-binary transformers and everything else. But you still should know what's
Transformers,
going
nice.
on in the
Jesus.
culture, so you can. Yeah, you're right. They let go of it. They gave it to the left. And then you have a lot of conservatives who poo-poo it, like, okay, gamers. But guess what?
Exactly.
That's how AOC was able to get like a lot of her supporters. She knew what to do. She went on Twitch and was doing the gaming and everything. So there is something to it. We all watch TV growing up. So you can't just let it go and then get mad when it's a shit show for
Exactly.
but I don't curse too often on YouTube. Yeah. So I would have that conversation with anybody, and Gavin knows better. He knows better. Like, come on. I thought that was very.
That's why I think it
about
was.
that.
Yeah, that's why I think it was purposeful. You know,
Yeah, he was
because
hating.
again, I don't blame FNT Neurotic. I don't blame them for wanting to spread their wings and fly, kind of a thing. But there's also like, I think someone put a comment. Ryan in the chat put a comment and said, "You really got to vet your guests." And again, I'm sure they did, but how much can you vet a guest before realizing like this guy's gonna pull his shit out on stream? Like, what's the
Right.
chances of that? You're
Yeah.
not gonna think that's even remotely in someone's brain.
That was out of left
You know?
field. Like nobody
Yeah.
could
It
see that
was.
shit coming.
Hold on,
Like
let me
it's
just go
rare.
ahead.
And it's crazy because
What?
there's been people banned on YouTube for way less.
Way
For able to
less.
do
Oh,
something
yeah.
like that.
Way less. Yep.
He could have
So
took the whole channel down. Like, wow, that's not cool at all. When I heard it, I'm telling you, I was really like, that is not. She said
Yeah,
they
so-
knew what they were getting into.
see, but again, this comment it
Yeah.
makes me say like, again, you can
They did.
know someone is crazy. You can know someone's extreme, whatever. But there's nothing in his history that shows him pulling his shit out
Doing
like
anything,
on
right.
stream. Like, why would you? I don't think that's if I was in Nerdrotic's seat, I would not think that was ever a possibility. Even if I would know crazy conversations going to happen. I would know he might even make some, crazy statements, whatever. I would
Right.
never think that he would do some shit like that. So it's hard to
It's hard.
to think that, it's
I think-
fucking random. It's so
It
random.
is, but it was hating. I think he's mad. People are getting this side again. This side of of the aisle is starting to get like seen more. Like they're paying attention. They hear y'all, and I'm saying y'all now because like a lot y'all make more entertainment content than I do, but they hear y'all, and so people know that the attention is the pendulum is swinging, and you guys are helping that happen. So then a person like that gets mad about it instead of saying like, you know what, man, this might not be a bad thing. Like that's what's up. I don't know.
I agree. But yeah, I just think that it's unfortunate because it is a good stream and a lot of people hate on it, and there's a lot of people that would love to use this as a means to try to
Of course.
shit talk and do their thing. I do find it funny though. I posted on Twitter and I said that FNT is a great stream and it's unfortunate to see what happened, but they'll learn from it and keep it going. And it actually got the attention of the anti-fandom people, which finally I was like, finally it got there. I've been wanting to get the anti-fandom people attention because they're fucking stupid, And
Yeah, like it's like you're wanting to win the fucking lottery in idiocy, so you can just criticize it because it's so
Exactly.
easy. It's easy. Like these people, it's great. What used to be great when you actually needed to think to fight your opponents. Nowadays, it's like half of your opponents, or I would say 85% of them, they're not smart. They're just like gorillas, just throwing their feces at you and hoping that you get angry. That
Really
that
descriptive,
like
That's beautiful
hoping that you get
description, man.
angry
Thank you.
enough to attack them. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just angry. That's really what they're angry and they have no focus. They're lost. They're angry, insecure people. Was it Eric July he was live, what was it, yesterday? Not arguing, but monetizing. That's what he says. Monetize your haters, right? And so that's what he was doing. This guy couldn't even argue with Eric July on basic stuff. Like there was a couple things he had to keep saying, like I mean, I agree with you there. He was trying to say that Eric July is mad at the tokenism, but it's really capitalism he should be mad at, because these people make more money with capitalism than, and that's why they use the tokenism to get the money. And he said the same thing. They're not making any money when they race swap these characters. They're not making any money. Like, anybody knows that. So it's a dumb argument anyway, right? But they don't make sense. They're just angry because they want to fight for the cause. Whatever.
Do they really want to fight for the cause, though?
They want to feel important. They want to have a mission, and maybe they're wear down by
let me show you guys some cuck energy real quick.
Oh Jesus! Why?
So this is
you bastard.
So this guy, he damn, my computer's fast now. This guy,
yeah, and it's beautiful as well.
Right?
It's called not using a laptop. Welcome.
Shut up! My laptop's amazing.
I saw that tweet. Saw that tweet.
No, this shit is jokes, bro. So this guy, he rides Nerdrotic's dick really hard because he's hoping that Nerdrotic will give him a chance to be on the show, because then he can garner, he could grift off it. That's fine. I don't hate him for doing what he's doing. But it's like, if you're gonna go about your YouTube channel this way, and you're gonna make it all about confronting anti-woke people, like you're the anti-fandom, whatever that is, right? Or fandom actual, I don't even know what he's called.
Oh yes, I saw this comment.
Yeah, so all I said, bro, I feel like I was pretty straightforward. I was like, well, something is that about the show. I was like, that's something to say the least. And I said, ouch, sad to see a great show like TMNT ruined, even if it's only for one night. And I specifically said it was only ruined for one night, not as a whole.
Yeah.
But again, some of these people jumped in. It is a ruin grown up. I was like, it's only for one night. Read. But anyway, so, and I said, by a completely tone deaf stunt. I'm all for shitty dark humor, which I am. You guys know. But there's a time and place for everything, and that's not it. I thought that was pretty straightforward. Then this guy, I'm not going to show that because that's
careful now.
Yeah. And this guy said, this fucking guy called TMNT a great show. So you guys know me. The first thing I'm going to do is want to reply, because that's just how I am. And then this fucking dude, this fucking bitch, this maximum cuck bitch has all his replies to only people who follow him. So you're gonna talk complete shit online, and you're gonna limit who can reply to you to people who only follow you,
right,
bro?
Oh yeah.
So we got
serious?
to make that.
Maximum fucking cuck energy,
and
bro.
what are the other ones saying? That wasn't fake either. What's he talking about? Like, bro,
I don't.
They're so
know.
like, I hate when they do that, like, because they don't want to have a debate, and so they're like, oh, just hurry up and shut down the comments, so he doesn't. Like, what a loser.
Yeah.
Sad.
So again, it's
sad.
It's someone who wants to play but doesn't actually want to play. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna do that, this was a great comment. Somebody said this is him. He presses and he runs away after. That's pretty good. That's exactly how he was. He hits the post and he just like runs away and hides behind a block comments, which is pretty good. But damn, I'm trying to find.
Weak.
It is fucking absolutely weak. But you know what? This is the kind of people that are trying to grift on people like Nerdrotic.
Low Wang.
And it is what it is, man. So
yeah.
I just figured I would showcase. We should have a segment in the show where like we have the cuck of the week, and he's definitely
yes.
Oh yes.
Oh my god, I can like I
genius.
So many.
Dude, we need to have that. Yes, we do.
Yeah,
we should do that, right?
And the roast of the week as well. We should have like a special roast dedicated to one single creator out there. Like,
I think you know what he's like, because he's a hardcore like leftist, which is fine, whatever. He's like this guy. Let me show you this video. I actually saw this. I was gonna make a short on it, but I figured I would show it on screen because this is exactly how Dane talks all the time on his videos. I took a look at some of his videos, and this is literally what he says all the time.
I grew up as a white man, and
stop it.
And so it's like we're gonna be different from yours.
How come?
I think
exactly. How come?
How
come? Keep
there's
talking,
a thing
man.
of like white privilege.
What
is
privileges
there?
do you have that I don't have?
See, that's the question I keep asking myself, because like
keep
in
asking
this day and
yourself.
age,
Go ahead.
like, all the laws. I say all the laws.
You're stuttering. You're
It's
nervous.
hard to speak on something I'm not fully knowledgeable of.
Yeah, you're not knowledgeable at all.
Make a mistake in saying this.
Ask
but
him
it's
again.
Why are you even here?
Like,
ask him again. His black friend is upset with him. Look at that.
Don't you think it's a problem in society
Yep,
when white
he's
people
giving him the
think that they
side
have
eye.
more privileges than brown or black people?
Yeah, don't you think that's a
Yeah,
problem?
and I think that's sort of the agenda that's pushed off because
So
personally,
why are you
it's like
perpetuating it?
not
Right.
that I think I'm more privileged than anyone else
Ooh.
because I had to work to get where I was, and that's
Exactly.
like the
So why do you have that mentality immediately where you kind of apologize to me?
Because I
Like,
don't want to get
let's talk
canceled.
about privilege. Let's talk about
Yeah.
I'm a white man in
I'm
America,
scared.
so we could have grown up differently.
Yeah, Dane, explain it.
Why is that your first initial reaction
Explain
to
it,
me
Dane.
as a brown woman?
wow, you're getting me good. See,
Yeah,
this
we
is the
get you
kind
good.
of
It's pretty
conversation that I
easy.
love having.
Yeah, you love having it, Dane.
And I think
You
it
love
comes
it
from a
so
place
much
of
you
like,
hate your replies on Twitter, you fucking bitch.
I wouldn't
that's
say
him?
cautious.
What?
That's not him.
But
That's not
like,
him, but that's
in
how
this
he
day and
acts.
age,
You would
That's
think
how I'm getting mad because this is
No,
like
no, literally, just you know what, Hypno? Like when you show this clip, just show like the audio clip of you just insulting Dane.
I should, right? I'm gonna make him. Actually,
Yeah.
that's a good idea, bro. I'm gonna get creative
Just
tomorrow.
do it.
I'm
Just
gonna
do
get
that.
creative and I'm gonna make a
He
short.
deserves
Don't
it.
worry.
Like
He
just
definitely deserves
But
it.
listen how this
grab-
guy finishes. Fuck
people are
this.
so quick
Yeah, let-
to judge and react and cancel, and so I guess it's that like caution
Exactly.
to
You
go
didn't
into an
wanna get-
interview like this. I'm like, I don't know where we're at, but now I know where we're at, and I can like go for real.
What the
amazing.
fuck does that even mean? Go
Amazing.
for
So
real.
Nothing.
basically,
It's
he
called saying-
didn't know where her agenda was, and so he was trying to be politically correct off rip.
Right.
To try to not get
pander.
canceled.
Yeah,
Right, and
it's
so when
called,
she revealed where she had no agenda or revealed what her agenda was, then he got comfortable. Now he wanted to say, well, you know what? Fuck these people.
Yeah,
No, absolutely.
Shorty.
exactly.
Playing the
Bro,
flag.
like this
And so
is
now-
this,
wherever the wind
this is
comes
the
from.
art of
Yep.
yeah. No, this is the art of talking bullshit without saying anything. Like basically, they go around in circles. Like you ask some crazy person, "Hey, is the sky blue?" And then they're like, well, no, I don't think it's blue because you see, it kind of looks square from my perspective, but
It's
then you know
probably
it kind of looks a little bit
sorry,
They
blue.
look
bro.
square.
I'm kind of colorblind,
I'm
and then on
sorry.
top of that, when the rain falls, I kind of feel a sting on my skin, and I think it's because I don't know, maybe I'm black or I'm
Bro.
white. I don't fucking know. I'm colorblind, you see.
I'm
And then
crying.
at the end of the day, I don't think the sky is blue. You hear me? Like literally, that's all.
Bro, I
That bullshit.
noticed something in this video, bro. This got me crying. I'm sorry. I gotta show. So
What's up?
you see homie's face like real happy in the beginning, right?
Right.
That shit starts to fade
Yeah,
real.
right.
He's like, I don't know.
Aggression,
Maybe we
too.
just go.
Damn.
Like,
But he
like
is
you're embarrassing yourself. Look,
not
what
even
was,
just.
he was like,
Damn.
ooh, that's a good question. Look, the lip puckering. He's like, yeah, she got you there, bro. She got
He
you
is
there.
re-evaluating their whole friendship.
Oh my
like,
god,
man,
dude!
I
You
don't-
know what I've learned about like black people
Right.
and white friends? They like white friends that don't like give into this shit or get nervous when they're asked this question. Like, just give a fucking straight answer. They're
Oh,
not going to
God.
stab you.
I'm crying.
Okay, like-
because people want to know who people are just friends with real people. Like I have, like I know my friends are who they are.
Mhm.
This man doesn't know who his friend is. The friend himself, he doesn't know who he is. He needs to see where you're at first to answer the question. There's a lot of questions. If somebody asks me, you can't get me to say anything else but what all questions, like, Casey, do you feel like there's white privilege? No, I don't. There was a time in my life where I thought there was. I always tell people I was brainwashed until somebody used those words on me and said, I know that I have white privilege and I grew up better than you. I never felt so offended in my life. I said,
Right.
never again. I wanted to fight her. I mean, it was
Right.
through the computer. Yeah, because I'm like, and I didn't want to get into like some sort of fake oppression Olympics. Like, I grew up with my father. What are you talking to me? Like, I was like, nah, don't even give this any energy. But that
Oh,
it
yeah.
made me mad. Like, I know you're oppressed. Dead serious, the person told me this.
No,
The
yeah,
fact
I-
you said I grew
I've-
up with my
I've been
dad. Like, damn.
I could
I've been
never
there.
be friends with one of those white people who are caught in the park, like bowing down to a bunch of black. That shit is so
Oh
weird.
yeah, and
I
in
tell you-
chains too. Like it's all that.
Yeah,
those
I'll
That's
tell
why
you-
I was thinking like this friend right here is probably questioning his friendship because like are you only hanging out with me so that you don't get canceled? Like, that kind of thing.
Exactly.
Like it
That's
starts
exactly
to
what
make
he's
it starts to
thinking right
make you
now, for
question. You know
sure.
what I'm
I have
saying?
black
I'll
friends.
tell you a story. I had a guy I was working with. It was a white guy. I prefer for white folks to be their authentic selves. I hate that trying to pander bullshit. But I'll never forget. We worked at a store, and we ended up our store manager left for Texas. We got a new store manager. This dude was hood as all outdoors. He came in the first day with a do-rag and like a 4X t-shirt on. And so we all tried to, play like the stereotypes don't exist. So we were trying to guess what car he was driving in the parking lot. And then this white guy named Patrick, like, he's probably driving that silver Impala out there. And everybody was like, oh, that's fucking racist, whatever the case may be. And good God Almighty, this motherfucker walked his ass straight out there to that silver Impala with the 22-inch rims on it. And every black person in the break room was just like,
bro, there's some stereotypes that are just true, bro.
Yes, and it's okay.
Oh my
totally
God.
fine.
I know.
Fine, exactly, coach.
It's totally fine. I mean, yes, Italians eat a lot of spaghetti and we gesture around the whole day. These are stereotypes that are totally true. I mean, it's okay.
Right.
Stereotypes are usually born from the culture of the person that you're making a stereotype about, and unfortunately, stereotypes have been what's the word I'm looking for? Demonized, by culture or by
Yes.
social justice, and
Because they give us irony and a healthy humor and a beautiful distance to ourselves and to our environment. We don't want that. We want to be involved always and always be politicized and always weaponized by some sort of tendency or opinion.
Well, I think it's a matriarchal era we live in. I think there's the truth,
sure.
there's the truth, and then there's lies, and then there's people that like to live in the gray area. And people who live in the gray area, it gives them a lot of leeway to not take accountability for what's real.
Of course, it's
And-
hyenas.
Dude, it's crazy.
If you look to Rome, actually, if you go to the city hall of Rome, and there is this bronze sculpture, and they claim it's a wolf, but actually, if you look close, this bronze sculpture that represents Rome and the Catholic Church and all the metrical system that came out of it, even though it sounds as a paradox, but it's true. It's actually a hyena. It's not a wolf. And hyenas, they live in a matriarchal system. They betray each other constantly. They bite each other off, and there's always this constant need, to look, behind your back. There's always this constant need for the next enemy, the next suspicious move, the next type of, threat that you have to spin and weave. It's always about this backstabbing mentality. That's exactly what's going on, because people can't express their potential fully anymore because they can't be truthful. They can't say the truth, whatever they think. Even irony is forbidden. Comedy is about to get canceled. People get attacked for just saying what's funny and making entertainment out of it. That is not allowed anymore. People shouldn't have like healthy relationships to the really concerning things on this planet, have a healthy distance to it. No. We want them to have this, constant mentality that somebody's there at your back. Somebody could, replace you constantly and instantly.
That was good, Coach. That was really good. You bringing up that sculpture, that
It's
could go
it's
like
not a
100
wolf.
different. We have to talk one day on my
Sure.
because
Sure.
the symbolism of even that sculpture is just absolutely insane.
It's absolutely insane.
But real quick, just about the stereotypes. Like we used to laugh at stereotypes. Isn't it funny that okay, like there was this joke back in the day, like in a horror movie, like when they hear, but like if you get a group of white people who hear a bump, they'd be like, oh, let me go see what that is. But then like the black people would be like, nope, I'm out. Like, and that's something that's true. Like, and everybody would laugh about things like that, right? And it's true because
Right.
I don't know you, HRS, but I'm pretty sure we both would be like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I brought up to them earlier. Did you see the trailer for that movie, The Blackening?
No,
You got to see it because they do exactly what you're talking about. There's a joke in the trailer where they're trying to survive somebody that's trying to kill them, and then one person goes, "Please don't say that dumb shit," and then the other person goes, "Yeah, we got to split up," and everybody goes, "Oh fuck," it's shit that black people don't do.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
no, we're not fucking splitting up. What do you mean?
Yeah, we gonna do this together, right? But we used to really like that would be funny, like, or just like jokes you would make with your white friends or your black friends. We used to laugh about all this stuff. Now, my God, you can't even sneeze too hard without somebody getting offended that your nostrils were too patriarchal. Like this is
Your nostrils of
Say
patriarch
what?
is beautiful.
Nostrils? God damn.
That's outrageous.
That's a
I love
pretty
it.
Playing too
defying the nostril you got there, mate. You fucking racist.
I bet your nostrils are
Hey yo, whose
patriarch.
voice is that?
That's me.
It's amazing that in the Discord chat for actual fandom, they have someone who's openly making fun of pronouns with any/all. So I find that pretty interesting. from someone who's pretending to be inclusive and diverse and all this stuff. But hey, it is what it is. I have no problem making those jokes, but again, these people seem to have a problem. This is their website. This is actual fandom's website, where they're trying to grift off of the actual fandom. And they love submit a debate request or a confidential anti-fandom tip. So they basically try to reach out and grift off of people who are in this particular fandom by trying to get them to debate them on their terms, their platform, whatever. And it's just one big joke to try to sell a comic book or whatever from a Kickstarter campaign. So they got 15 members in their Discord. Interesting, considering we have about 100 or so. But whatever. I'm neither saying neither here nor there.
No, whatever. You both that. Damn it.
Yeah,
That's good. The people want the real deal, not
Yeah. Yeah. I'm checking out his video real quick. You guys can continue.
You putting it on?
No, I don't want to give them any kind of.
Oh, all right. Okay, I'll check it out.
Viewership on that.
No sweat.
Just don't. In a comment. But yeah, actual fandom is just. I really wish he didn't silence his replies. That will let me give him a little more credit, but unfortunately, he does, and it's pretty sad.
I'm about to go troll him on Twitter. Let me stop. Like, yo, man, I heard you be turning off.
Metalopoly says he can hear you scribbling away, Coach.
Yeah, I know.
He wants to know that masterpiece.
I'm working on the Balrog a little bit more.
Are you coloring it?
Wow.
That.
Just giving it a rough edge right now. And then,
oh yes, I see that. It's good, Coach.
Yeah. And then
awesome.
Can I get into the
Fancy Pants Pikachu, man, sending a bunch of super chats with a bunch of hearts. I see you. No. I see you, Fancy Pants Pikachu. Thank you so much.
I'm writing a book, and I always wonder what artists I would go to create some of these images, and I'm thinking I'm getting a good idea, especially if they can do it in 3 minutes, like this guy just did.
Right?
Yeah, man.
It's all exercise.
So, but I again, so to kind of double back to what we were talking about real quick, when it comes to the FNT stuff, just to kind of finish off that little segment, they are definitely, there's nothing wrong with branching out. There's nothing wrong with trying new guests, especially when you're that big. I mean, Friday Night Tights being as big as it is, I'm sure they get millions of requests all the time for people to join. And you guys got to remember, imagine for every one guest that shows up, there's probably 200 that applied for that week, and they only have one a week, right? So they're not really going to get too many people that are going to be able to join. So they're going to try to do something new. I think that's really all it was, man. They tried to do something new. They went with someone super controversial, at least in the grand scheme of things, and it backfired. It is what it is. They're going to learn from it, and they're going to keep going. I just hope their channel's not affected by it. That's all. That's basically it. But you never know these days.
He said that he actually didn't get in trouble. Then he made jokes like it must have been so small that YouTube didn't notice it. And then yeah, he said he was still monetized afterwards. And of course they scrubbed it off of YouTube. Like he scrubbed it himself, and just to be on a safe side, I think. But other than that, yeah.
With live streams, you can get away with a lot in live streams, especially if it's like later on in the live stream, which is why we tend to keep our racism to the end. But
it's a smart move.
It's a smart move, yeah. But they I don't know when it happened in the stream, but I know it was later. And I'm not surprised that they didn't do anything about it, because again, you have to nobody from YouTube is watching Friday Night Tights, right? It has to be caught automatically by their bot system, which since he was the one that was in the middle of the screen at the time, and granted there was like 9 of them on screen, so it's a small box. The chances of YouTube catching that quickly too was only for a few seconds, pretty slim to none. But I mean, they did the right thing by taking it down and obviously editing it out and stuff. But the stream did get taken down. I don't know why though. They didn't manually take it down. It got taken down.
Oh, it got taken down. Oh,
but for another reason, I just don't know. I don't remember why, or I didn't hear why.
Okay.
But again, it's whatever. I mean, they're doing the right thing. They took it down. They edited it and re-uploaded it, and now it's back on YouTube, to my knowledge. Just edited out.
Right, they just edited it out.
Yeah, because everything else in the stream, I mean, even though it was a little extreme, especially when he farted into the mic or something stupid like that.
What?
Yeah, no, Gavin's crazy.
Yeah.
Gavin is nuts.
I've watched some of his clips. I never saw him do anything that weird. So I would not have thought that he was that corny.
Needless to
Like,
say, they're probably not going to
corny.
have him back on stream. So
Yeah, like, dang, that's just, oh man, wow.
Why messed
You
up?
know,
kind of made him
he's-
look really bad. It made
It
him
did.
look really bad.
He's one of those controversial guys, right? Like, there's another
Trying
controversial,
too hard.
right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But there's another
Mhm.
controversial one whose name starts with an N that everybody's like so afraid to have on their platforms. Who I just think, like, won't y'all just debate him? Why y'all are afraid of this little 25-year-old kid who makes some sense with some of the stuff that he says, but whatever. Anyway, the point that I'm making is, though, like, you could be controversial. I don't care what, if you making sense with something that you're saying,
Mhm.
that's fine. If you're coming with like a real like discussion, but when you start farting and peeing, like, now you gotta go. Like, I don't even.
You're
that's-
nasty. You're just
yeah, like,
nasty.
what's
Mhm.
That's nasty. I mean, what kind
It's
of?
not even like having a conversation with a grown adult at that point. Like,
Exactly.
It's like, what are we doing? We're on South Park.
And I'm
right
hoping
now?
it is. I'm hoping it is fake because you're peeing on your own shit. It's not like you're peeing on their stuff. You're peeing on your own
Right.
goddamn desk. What the
Right.
hell?
Like I said, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Say it's fake, but even, you know what? It doesn't even matter, bro. Like whether it's fake or real, doesn't matter though. The whole stunt as a whole was just fucking stupid. It was stupid, and it's definitely not something they saw coming. I would not. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would not see it coming. Even, no matter how controversial of a person I have on the stream, I would never see that coming. Like that. That's just totally fucking left field.
Yeah,
but
that's
it
even
is-
worse than like the leftists. Like, I never seen anybody do anything like that. That's
I mean,
odd.
I've seen some crazy shit. So,
Oh, I
yeah.
oh, my
Yeah.
fault.
I mean, I unfortunately had to
sheltered.
watch a short. That I made a short, I should say, about a woman who was talking about pronouns, and I was like, all right, talk to me, go ahead, talk to me, leftist, that's fine. And then she fucking lost me when she says she shapeshifts into a bird. So I was like, you know what, bro? At this point, I'm not even like,
Them TikTok videos that take you down that rabbit hole.
bro.
I'm sorry, I had to come out of my fucking.
No,
work.
because I'm
Damn, what?
telling you, man, I was
An
into it. I'm like,
Animorph now? What
I'm
the
like,
fuck?
talk to me. Tell me those pronouns. Some of those neo pronouns. Educate me, girl. And then all of a sudden, you shape shift into a bird. Like, bro, I'm gone. I'm
That's
just
what
gonna
they do
upload
to
this and move on. Like, this is crazy shit, man. And again, yeah, you're right. That's
Show
what
it to me. I mean, if you're able to perform magic like that, you must be able.
I got you right now.
You know,
Maybe
anything
she was
possible on
Haitian.
TikTok.
Right.
I can say things like that. I'm Haitian.
Hi, my name is Tempest. I'm a member of a DID
Oh, stop
system,
it.
and several people have asked how to use the neo
Oh,
pronouns that I
no.
use. So here's
Oh.
It starts off
so I
pretty
use
normal.
they them pronouns, but
Right.
primarily I
normal?
use z
Yeah, this is
them
normal for
them
today's
self.
world.
What the fuck is
Now
Z
this is a
Zim?
little bit
I don't know, but
different
it's normal.
from the other Z pronoun, which is Z.
She had
zer,
me. She
zer
had
self.
me.
What
This
the
was
heck?
fine. I'm like,
So
all
the
right.
Z that I use is more.
I felt like I
related
was gonna
to
make another
he,
pronoun
him.
video.
I'm agender.
Bro,
I
this is
don't
it.
really have
This is it.
any
This is
kind of gender identity, but I have a masculine body in her world, and I'm more masculine leaning
There's no
in terms of
masculinity in
like
this person.
self-expression, compliments that I like, things like that.
Oh, it's coming. Don't worry.
And like Cameron and Avery in our system, the not having a gender thing for me specifically is related to the fact that I shapeshifted into a bird.
Bro.
So the other birds also use neo.
I just want to say this. I think the stereotype. that you
I'm gonna go
cross
back
the
to
street
editing and
whenever you
being
see-
fuck this. I'm gonna
What's
just
up,
listen to you guys
Matrix?
talk.
I think the stereotype that you should cross the street whenever you see a black man coming should be changed to a white woman with colored hair. Any
Yes,
sort of white
yeah.
woman with
You're
colored
right.
hair in her head,
You're
I am
right.
literally afraid of. I have
We're-
to cross the street, or
We're
I
more
might.
safe in the hood now, man. For real. Yeah, for real, man.
I would have never
For
thought
real.
that the hood was like the safest place to be, but you're
It
right.
is.
Yeah,
It
good
is.
God,
It's like
First
sane
off-
people.
the hood
Absolutely.
is holy ground now.
Now I can understand. Right.
First off. Listen. So, DID, like the real, you know, DID, like that whole
Mhm.
disorder is so unbelievably rare, right? But it seems like everybody on TikTok has it. So number one, that tells me that shit is fake. When people on TikTok do this and post this video, number one. Number two, come on, you don't see the connection and the plan. Like, she planned this. The person. So DID is like multiple personalities, right?
Yeah, this is
So
so
she says that she has a personality called Cameron and Avery. Avery, who can shapeshift into a bird, Avery really like that connection right there. That's a planned thing. Like, what? First off,
Right.
you got a random ass disorder that is extremely rare, supposedly. Now you're trying to convince me that the one that could shapeshift into a bird just happens to be called Avery. You know what I mean? Like, you know what they call what do you call that? God, Jesus Christ. You know
You're
what they
gonna have to
call,
explain to me.
like, where there's a whole bunch of birds in one spot, man.
What do
God
they
damn
call it?
it.
Avery?
Bird bath.
Avery. Yes.
Really?
I'm gonna look it up. I got you. But the point is, like, what are the chances that the one that could shapeshift into a bird is called Avery?
But that's why these kids are playing around with things that they don't understand. Dissociative disorder is like people who are so traumatized and messed up that they have to pull themselves away from reality. And I don't think they've really even proved it officially, but these people are like twisted, you know, like,
It's like a pun on the word. So it's called an aviary.
oh,
And-
aviary.
Aviary, yeah. And her shape-shifting name is Avery. So it's like, come on, bro. I see the planning here. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Right. You can't plan your second personality and then you know what your other personality is doing. Like
So-
Cameron would not know what Avery is doing.
The real disorder was, I think it was identified like in the late 19th century, where you really duplicate another persona, and that's extremely rare. Like in all the research that has been done on this type of specific disorder, I think it was found to be 36 times on this planet where you have this like real, like in total, like this total and complete separation. So, and when they have that, they're not shooting TikTok videos. These people are definitely not
in detail
explaining
every
in detail.
single.
You know, the thing is, it's so funny. I have to tell you about him. He's such a good guy. He likes to drink tea, right? It's like, no, this is not how it works. I mean,
Right.
And even those 30-something people, they're even still debated, like, to this day, like, as
Absolutely,
not fully
absolutely.
believe that was
Not fully
actually going
believe.
on. Yeah.
So
Right.
there was once like in a German court, there was once established like 3 hours after the end of a show. For these 3 hours at the end of any entertainment show, whether that's like a theater piece or like something that you enacted on a studio lot, that the actor is just partially liable to any types of incidents he might bump into. Let's say he drives a car and he's still distracted from the Hamlet he has inside of his system for 180 minutes after ending the show. There is just a partial liability when he creates an incident where he gets into a troubled situation because of experiencing that momentum so intensively. He's not completely in control over his senses, but that usually, like, the research has shown that this is true, and that's why the court gave this actor because the ruled in his favor, and so he was just partially liable for the incident he caused. But again, when we're talking about this type of phenomenon, it's usually very, very intense, and the way you can control it is by really like practicing it for an extensive period of time. Usually people that are able to talk about this consciously, they're old. They're super old. Like a young person who's affected by this has no fucking idea and clue what's going on. I was once together with a bipolar girl, and believe me, it's not funny. It's not TikToker-esque. It's completely out of your fucking mind. She would like eventually kind of get up in the morning and say, "You have to drive me to the clinic." And it's like, what? Yeah, because I feel like she had a way of explaining that dark wave that now is about to kind of come in, but didn't feel like, oh, I'm a victim. I need to talk about this. Let's have a yoga matcha green tea cappuccino with foamed soy milk, please.
Right.
Yeah.
And turn on my camera.
Yeah, and turn on my camera. These
right.
people are really affected by something that kind of troubles them deeply, and it's not. I mean, I did some research for a role as well. For a couple of months very intensively, and I went into a sanatorium and where we talked about these type of cases as well. And it's like these people are using victimhood to represent themselves as something bigger than they are and make themselves important, instead of standing out with their talents, instead of creating something, because they're absorbed, they are used to consume. And that consumption, that mass consumption at a certain point, triggers certain side effects where you kind of feel like, okay, I want to control people. I've been controlled over my whole life, so I want to control somebody else. How can I do that? Well, I have my talents, but then I have to face my fears. Oh, I don't want that. Okay, so let's play the victim so I can attract attention and I don't have to create anything. And this is what we see then.
A lot of this has to do with attention, man. It really, really, really does. But guys, listen, we're 3 hours past. So we are going to end the stream here. It's been a hell of a stream, hilarious, super racist. We're definitely getting canceled. It's all good. Casey snuck in at the last hour or so. Happy to have her as
always. Thank you for
always.
stopping by, Casey.
Let's do our outros, and we're gonna start with Coach again because I think that's just the best thing to do.
Come over
Coach?
to the Coachum studio. What's up, everybody? What's up, beautiful panel? What's up, new guest Trace? Thanks for being here. What's up to the incredible chat? Hail to the Hypnotoads. Thank you for supporting us, for making real entertainment and real constructive critique happening, where we can point our finger to things and really explore what's good and bad about it without being judgmental, without being political, or just being ourselves, because that's what humans are supposed to be, on this planet, having this incredible experience for an average of 72 years and create magic that lasts forever, because it's what we leave. It's our legacy. And for what should we've been, remembered? This is the question that we all should ask ourselves. For something that's entertaining, for something that's beautiful, for something that is worth watching, for something that left something, worth talking about, and gave people some type of hope. So if you're looking for hope and you're looking for improving your legacy and leaving something behind that is meaningful and creative, come over to the Coach MC studio, subscribe to the channel. Let's create some great art together. Join us every Saturday night here on the beautiful Saturday Night Hypnosis. Thank you, Hypno, for making this chat available for us crazy folks to give us the chance to vent our frustrations, and this group therapy session that is, I think, very healthy for all of us. And come back next Saturday and leave a like, guys. Thanks so much.
Absolutely. We hit almost 150. That's very good.
Yes.
Casey, take it away.
Shoot. Okay, going after Coach. Okay.
Thanks.
All right, so I came late, but I'm glad I got to make it, because like Coach says, this is like that weekly therapy that is needed to, when you're dealing with the matrix, you need to come somewhere and just vomit it all out. And so if you see a black pilot, run fast. I like that. But you guys can catch me on That Girl Casey, on my channel, That Girl Casey. So this week we're going to start, I'm going to do a couple of videos about Marxism, about Karl Marx and Antonio Gramsci, because when we talk about all this stuff, the entertainment and, what's going on with all the race swap and everything, like I want to do like a starter point for people to understand that this is being embedded into the culture to take over the minds, the individual strong mind of people, so that they can just get us to just do whatever they want us to do and say that it's for our own good. And that's not true. But anyway, I talk about everything on my channel. And thank you, Hypnotic, for always having us on at Saturday Night Hypnosis. I'm ready to start the week now, because I was with you guys on the panel and this lovely chat. And like Coach said, hell to the Hypnotoads. Check me out on That Girl Casey.
That wasn't bad. See? You got it. And Sir Atreus, take it away, man.
All right. Well, on my side, we pretty ignorant over here. We aiming to have fun and talk a lot of shit. I've only been on this YouTube journey for about 6 or 7 months, so it's been a very enlightening experience. ARC was the first person to make me knowledgeable of Hypnotic's channel, and I've been following it ever since. And I'm happy to be here. I didn't think I would be on here this soon, so I appreciate you for inviting me. But yeah, if you're just tired of some of the stuff that's going on in Hollywood and you just need like a comical shit talking, that's what we do over here. Like, and we're gearing up. I'm about to start doing in-person interviews with people out on the street here in Atlanta, bringing them in to try to get like some different views and see what the public actually thinks. Because a lot of people think we over here are weird. I don't think that's the case. We're gonna get some real people in here. We're gonna have these conversations. We're gonna see what's really going on out here. So I appreciate y'all. And that's it.
There you go. I love it, man. Also, Mr. Dragon Slayer. Take it away, man.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for giving us the time of your day to basically entertain you in our weekly therapy session. If you want to catch me up on like some content I'm working on, well, there is a video that I'm working on. Yes. Oh wow. Thank you so much. Yes. Or my fucking alias. That damn hypno. Oh yeah, a hypno's alias is masked ho. Don't
Yes.
forget about that, guys.
Yes, yes.
Other than that, though, I mean, I'm just working on a new video about the top 5 movie predictions that honestly are probably 10 times better and more detailed as to why they could happen than
Yeah,
fucking
for sure.
CBR. And also the Demolition Man review is going to come out eventually. I'm working on that, but I really wanted to get this other thing out as quickly as possible. But other than that, guys, stay stay warm, flame on, and fucking burn down all crazy woke towns.
Yes, not bigot
Do your
towns. small towns.
flybys.
Not the bigger towns, though.
Not the bigot towns. Remember that, not the bigot towns.
Not the bigger towns.
Yeah.
That's
All
awesome.
right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it was fantastic. Number 29 is in the books. I was so happy to have Atreus on the panel. I feel like he did very well. Definitely welcome anytime you want, man, to join the panel every Saturday.
Absolutely.
I'd love to have you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. With that being said, guys, like I said, number 29 is in the books. Thank you, everybody in the chat who came out and hung out with us tonight, who joined in the bigotry. It's always so much fun every night when we do it. And we'll keep doing more as time goes on. Next episode is number 30. That's a new milestone, number 30. And I'm super excited to experience it with everybody.
Nice,
So
man.
with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are out. Have a great night. Go be bigots, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care, everybody.
Chill forever.
Good big